Good to hear you. See you all in the chat.
Math.
We'll be kicking over live on video in just a moment. Give us a second here as we're getting ready.
Rory?
Yeah, no.
That was excellent poop in a bag. Thank you.
You know,
Rory's got some great poop in the bag.
No. Okay, so Rory calls it anytime I eat gluten, poop in a bag, because if I continue to eat gluten, I'll end up with a colostomy bag when I'm older. So anytime I look at something that's gluten-filled, he's like, poop it!
Yeah.
I try to shape it to the objects, like poop in a bag, poop in a box. It doesn't always work. Like poop in a cookie just doesn't. It's just not right.
Oh no, poop in a cookie's not bad.
Also, aren't Oreos gluten-free? No, they're vegan.
They make gluten-free Oreos, but they're just not as good.
They never are.
Shocking.
Anything gluten-free.
You know what else?
I mean,
Hey,
it's fair.
you know what this is, Josh?
Love. You shut up. Don't you tempt me with milk. You know I love your milk, Rory.
The,
Are you
it's
lactose
of
intolerant,
the elven kind.
Yeah. It's
Me
not
too.
super bad, but it's annoying enough. Like if
My
I eat,
best friend has a joke that anytime that we get ice cream or anything, he's like, all right, start the timer. We have 30 minutes to get you to a toilet.
Yep. For me, thankfully, it's not that bad. Usually, it's just I get all bubbly. But I
Why
don't.
didn't you put on the ears?
What?
Becca didn't put on the ears.
Oh,
can't see him
Becca!
You can't
Come
see them with
on!
this.
Really? You're not even putting on the ears? Gosh! I at least
be an
tried
ear
with.
club.
I tried with my sunglasses. I was so hoping we were going more Mad Max with this because I have like a whole Mad Max costume. I'm like, oh, I can do this.
Right? It's not far away from Mad
all
Max.
day.
is it?
It's not. Well, there's no like
Cars?
goggles
Oh.
or like masks types. Like there are certain masks, but not like
Yeah, I got you now.
Metal.
Yep. Like gas masks and
yeah.
man, this is not my
You
thing.
got it, Rory. Just take it all off. You're pretty much shirtless already.
Well, not underneath. I am
Yeah. See, same.
underneath my shirt. I am shirtless.
What am I doing?
Why'd that make you quiet, Josh?
Did we
got
also
so-
have
confuse you?
BlueBoxCon in
I
our
got so horny.
D&D get up?
Absolutely
do
not.
it.
I'm probably not going to be able to travel with it.
I mean, that's
traveled with
fair.
it last time.
I didn't. Not last time.
The first time.
The first time I did because I drove.
Oh, big duffel bag.
I mean, technically, I'm flying Southwest, so I get 2 bags. I was originally going to bring a crap ton of miniatures for John, but he's now deciding to cut down on his miniature intake.
That's not
like
true.
a dork.
No,
send
I'm
them my way, Josh.
actually bursting at the seams with my miniature intake because I've got all new miniatures for Sea of Dark Sun.
can also send them
Fraley
my way.
is deluging me with talented and incredible minis, painted, 3D printed, Gloomy Kids art and other stuff. It's gorgeous.
I'll take
Perfect.
you
And
old
you need a
stuff.
few more.
I see several new folks in the chat. Good to see. We got some Dark Sun fans in the chat here tonight. I see Athasian Boulder. I see Geocactus. I recognize those. Of course, June Soldier. He's been in our Discord already. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you guys are going to have a good time. It's going to be a fun stream, I think, and we're looking forward to it. And Gone Splitters.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
The
I
miniatures
saw
move now?
Baldrox is in there. Baldrox, you're going to see some of the talented stuff. Thank you for the sub there, Old School. Much appreciated. Hollow Fox here for the minis. Yes, come for the minis, stay for the role play. Absolutely. We've got some super cool stuff to show you tonight. And we're going to go live on video here in just a second. Cosplay, you guys all look amazing. How's the audio sound, chat? You guys hearing us okay? Do you hear the background music okay?
I'm so unprepared.
John, is this just a blue box thing, or do all miniatures move now?
Oh no,
Oh,
it's
you
just a
see
blue.
that?
It's just. Where did you see that, Josh?
And they're
come
looking
on.
at my
Go
shit.
back.
Oh, whoa.
Go back.
Sorry.
The VOD.
Well-
Yes, I'm seeing everything now.
I'm
This
lost.
is incredible.
I'm
look
lost.
at that. Wow, look at how cool that looks.
Oh, I didn't share mine. Are you sharing yours, John?
John, I'm seeing
I'm in
everything.
cinema mode. That's
Holy
why.
crap, that's amazing. Whoa, look at that whole thing.
Hang on. Sorry, this is where
Man,
it's supposed to be.
viewers, if you could only see the incredible views I'm looking at right now. Yeah, but they move.
Yeah, right?
How
Yeah.
crazy is
It's
that?
gonna be good.
Wait, is that all minis or is this just certain imported ones?
I'll talk about it. Just
Yo.
chill
Oh,
out.
come
Just chill
on.
out, Josh. Just chill out. Hey, we're already starting a hype train and we haven't even gotten started yet. Thank you, everyone.
Sorry, my camera was totally. I got excited and I clicked the middle mouse button and that was doom.
That's a nice butt view of you.
And of course, John, in all my
Look at that
excitement, I
tail.
forgot to
Wow.
make a ninja view for us. So now I've got to fix that.
Wow.
I'm going to do that real
I've
quick.
got mine, but it's.
How do you guys like the cosplay? Welcome. We will get started in a moment. It's our first stream here, and it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Thank you to all my crew. In fact, while I'm doing this, I'm going to have you guys in just a second go through and introduce yourselves. We're going to start off with introduction of you as individuals. Then we'll do your characters separately. And then we're going to do just a couple quick announcements. I'm going to play the intro video, and we'll get right into the game tonight. So it's going to be, you'll know we're starting after the intro video. When the intro video is done, we are immediately in character and playing. So that's going to be in
man.
just a moment.
Oh snap!
The suspense.
Look at that boulder. That's a nice boulder.
That is a nice boulder. Also, man, like Kalak really knows how to make that booty twitch. Look at that. That's incredible.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, you didn't get rid of the base.
I know.
Gosh, John.
oh my goodness.
Wow.
John, I will
know.
ban
This
you,
is so
John.
unprofessional.
Josh, you know I'll ban you, John. You know that. The bases are anathema
Uh-oh.
here.
It's
Yeah,
all
I
about
gotta-
the base.
It's all about the base. No
trouble.
trouble.
Yeah.
I gotta
Go,
go
Josh.
on the other one too over here.
You guys are awesome.
Oh
Awful.
my
I
god.
meant
Oh
awful.
wow, look at him move. Gosh, if you guys
I
could
gotta get his
only
base. Get his
this
base.
other character that I'm looking
It
at
can't
right
just
now.
be imported ones because mine's from Hero Forge.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
guys, just
'cause now
stop
I'm
guessing.
looking at that.
I'll tell
So
you how it all
John,
works.
Before he can describe this, wow, look at that.
We just build up the suspense. That's all we're doing.
That's right.
Josh is working towards getting killed. Is really.
I'm really hoping I can break my record.
I'm hoping. Anyway,
I don't know how much faster you get than session one.
Well, session one, it was like towards the end that.
And by the way, if that happens again, I'm never having you in my backstory again. Too much work for nothing.
Yeah, that's the second time now. I tried to link up with Becca, and Becca said, "No, sorry, you're not good enough for my backstory." And so I was like, "Okay, that makes sense."
All right, here we go. We're going to go live on video now in 3, 2. Oh, by the way, wait, before I go live, for all of our viewers, make sure you watch this stinger. You will only see this transition stinger one time tonight. It only appears when you go from the starting screen, and I hope you enjoy it. It's very quick. It's 4 or 5 seconds long, but it is an homage to my favorite
Yo,
artist. Thank you, Kurt. Here we go. 3, 2,
Holy crap!
and 1. Name the artist.
John.
Some Brahm for you there. Yes, sir.
No, I was saying you're the artist. That was you, wasn't it?
No, that was Gerald Brahm, the Gerald Brahm, behind all of the original Dark Sun work. Hey, Casey, good to see you. And thank you, Kurt, for all the gift subs. We got a level 4 hype train rocking, and we're just getting started. Welcome to Blue Box. This is Greyhawk Awakening, Book 3. Check out that cosplay. Amazing. You guys all look fantastic. So for those of you that are new to Blue Box, we have several new folks that are joining in tonight. Greyhawk Awakening is now in its third year as a campaign. It has been comprised of 2 initial books that were based in other areas of the Flyness, the core world of Greyhawk. But the Sea of Dust is where Dark Sun exists in this alternate history version, and it makes so much sense. I talked about that a lot in my session 0 a week ago. If you want to catch that, it should still be up on VOD and on YouTube. I may talk about it at the break as well, but I don't want to dive too much into it right now. I want to get to the gaming as quickly as possible. But be aware. Thank you so much, chat. Hey, Thank you, Chad. We appreciate that. I do want to just let you know that there is great lore tie-ins here for the traditional Athos, the Sorcerer Kings, all of the traditional Athasian tropes. You have, gritty magic, defilers, preservers. You have no presence of the gods. All magic is elemental. Metal is rare. Psionics are powerful. The world is brutal. And we have all of the monsters and lore that are traditional to Dark Sun existing here in Greyhawk Awakening Book 3. And so you're going to see many things tonight. Our normal gaming sessions wouldn't include as much covering of the material. We're going to show artwork today. We're going to show Tailspire assets. We have some of the creators who helped us. We've got physical minis and terrain we're going to show today. We have custom music that you're listening to right now, this track that's playing in the background by Joffrey Dice Songs, lots of custom music. There have been months and months of effort put into this. So it's going to be, we'll feature a lot of that as we're going tonight, but the cosplay, guys, you look freaking amazing. So let's go around quickly and have you introduce yourselves, you the player, and tell us about your socials and anything important you have going on. And then we'll come back, we'll do a quick run through of the PCs, and we're going to jump into the game super fast tonight. Thank you so much for that hype train, guys. All right, let's start tonight with you, Manda. Tell us about you, your socials, and what's going on for you.
And I mean, you can find me mostly on Blue Box, sometimes on Instagram, Mystical Unicorn Painting, but that's pretty much it. I don't do much.
As I get the people in the right places here, I'm just not paying attention. There we go. And one more there. Now they're in the right spots. Okay, let's go to you, Ashlyn.
I'm Ashlyn. I'm Dollar Store DM on Instagram. I am a budget builder and a doer of all the nerd hobbies because I can't pick a singular one.
And helps us also, like, of course, Amanda's my right hand. She is the admin at Blue Box. She does everything and all the things. And then Ashlyn now also helps us with some of our postings and whatnot. She and Amanda work together to create all the graphics and whatnot for our posting. Thank you so much. Let's go to John, Demon Gunned.
I'm Demon Gun, John Fuller. I work with Virtual Tabletop Journey, and we've been doing Tailspire things for years and years now. I'm OG gamer and gamer dad guy. That's it.
Nice. Let's go to you, Rory.
Yep. My name's Rory. Been here for all 3 books. That's right. All 3 books. You can find me a
Thank
lot
you, Chip.
anywhere on Blue Box. See me at the con. As far as socials, I mean, you can find me on social media. I have the platforms. I don't really use them. My company platform, though, for foundational cooking, that should all go live, active with beta testing in June, if all works out. So,
all right, very good. Let's go, Josh.
Hello, I'm Josh of NPC Voices. You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, no, just kidding, as NPC Voices, and I'm an LA-based actor, voice actor, and the like, so hit me up.
John, I heard you were on OnlyFans, but you had no fans. Is that true?
Do you say John or Josh?
Josh.
What?
Yeah. Sorry.
John.
I tried to pick on Josh, and I picked on John.
I like to think I'd be in a different tax bracket if I was on OnlyFans.
Oh man, you'd be bumped.
poverty does have its own tax bracket.
Ouch.
Oh, outstanding. All right, and then last but not least, Becca.
Hi guys, I'm Becca Self. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, as Rebecca Witham, because it doesn't recognize Self as a real last name.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yep.
Wow.
I am Rory's wife. We are Minnesota based. I am a co-owner and founder of Foundational Cooking. Catch us at the con. Come look us up, talk to us. Don't be shy, and we'll try not to be either.
Outstanding. All right. Before you introduce your PCs, I've got the artwork up here. Pardon me, the cosplay. I've got some extra shots of cosplay. So we're going to have you go through. If you're watching on the screen right now in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the artwork. All the artwork is custom. It's done by Cowboy Hob, our extraordinary artist here at Blue Box. She's done all of the artwork for these characters and the backgrounds that go with them. So you can match them up with their names. And then as they're going to introduce their characters, they'll tell you class, class. Obviously, they're all first level, race, any little bit of background that you'd like to share high level with the audience as we get ready to start tonight. And then I'll also show if you have, I have for both Nida and Inala, I have some extra cosplay shots that I'm going to show. And you haven't seen it all, by the way. There's some other fun stuff that's going to happen with the cosplay tonight, especially with John's character. I'm looking forward to that, John. All right, let's start off with Josh. Introduce us to Zephatok.
Sure. I could introduce you to Tick, as that's who I'm supposedly
Okay, there we go.
right now. Yeah, correct. I play Zephatok. He is a quarter giant, so definitely a little shorter than Tick. He is a druid of the erosion domain. He stands at 9 feet tall, about 1,000 pounds. He's very lean, but very strong even in his own respect, even though he's mainly more trying to be dexterous and wise, yet as a giant, he still feels more of that strength. Feel him. He has a cute, quote-unquote, cute little friend that hangs around on his neck. That is a locust that's about 2 feet long. That just hangs like a scarf that I have actually nearby, but I forgot to put him on.
Outstanding. And you look great tonight, Josh. Let's go to Kalak. Tell us about Kalak. You're muted, John.
So unprofessional.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Kalak Aritior is a Thrycreen of the Drickdul Tech that wanders the Dust Desert. He's about 7 feet tall, weighs about 450 pounds. He's 11 feet long, like just to emphasize that he is an insect. He's not your, humanoid. Well, he's kind of humanoid, but not. There's a lot more to him. He has 4 arms like Thrycreen do. He has carapace. He has spikes all over his back. He is a scout and an assassin. For this character, I have done an absolutely tremendous amount of work to research the mechanics of having 4 arms in tabletop RPGs. So if you're curious the history of it, just let me know.
Absolutely. And he has, so again, for all of you Dark Sun fans out there, we have many of you in the chat. Thank you, June Soldier. New follower and joiner of Blue Box a few weeks ago, very active on all the Dark Sun servers. Thank you for that. John has researched extensively all the published material on Thrycreen and has actually developed custom content around tribes of Thrycreen, customs of Thrycreen. He's probably going to be publishing on Drive-Thru RPG soon. The research that was done on this is incredible. So there is a lot of time and effort that's been put in on these characters by these players.
It'll be like a little mini campaign, just like, do you need a Thrycreen basically culture to drop into your Dark Sun game? Because I couldn't find anything that was ready-made. So hopefully others can make use of it.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Okay, let's go to Inala.
Well, Inala is a elf rogue. She is covered in scars on her left side.
Yeah.
And she's blind in that eye, and she is Nida's protector.
Yes, her, what's the term?
Vendari.
Her Vendari. Vendari to her Vitasan. So there's also custom elemental patrons, and because all the cleric spells here don't come from gods. The gods have forsaken the Sea of Dark Sun, where the rain of colorless fire fell and burnt this entire region to ash and dust and sand. But all the clerical powers manifest, and that's they do so through the elements. She is a cleric of Galana. We're going to introduce her in a moment. But Inala is bound to her. Manda's character Inala is bound to her as Vendari, and Nida, who we'll go to next, is the Vitasan. Before I go to her, though, let me show you some more of the cosplay shots that Manda sent me. So here is her sort of full upper body cosplay. You can see the eyes. She's blind in one eye. You might wonder why she's blind in one eye. Well, it has to do with a certain very nasty Athasian plant, which got a hold of her and scarred her horribly. And if you want to really see how badly it scarred her, this is what she looks like without the garment that covers her face.
Yeah.
And this is Yeah, the dagger. She made the dagger custom. And if you look back in this picture, let me come back to this here in a second. You'll notice she's got this little leather bag on her hip. Well, that's this. And she made this by hand as well. She made her dagger. She made her bag by leather. She's got this, like, so much time and effort that she put into this. And again, if you're watching now, please know we won't do this every time we stream in terms of the amount of time we're talking about the prep, but it's just appropriate that we acknowledge all that went in to prepare this as we get ready to start. Manda, abso-frickin-lutely incredible. All right, let's go to Nida. Tell us about Nida.
Nida is a half-elf water cleric of Galana, an elemental lord of particularly rain, but just water being present in a desert. So the clerics of Galana are known as Vida-san. It literally means like life-giving. And their whole creed is based around bringing healing and comfort to the people of the wastes. In a land where there isn't a lot of comfort, that is their world. So every Vida-san is covered in blue tattoos that they use to connect to Galana and the plane of water. In order to channel not only their healing magic, but actual water itself. So Nida is covered head to toe in these blue tattoos that she will use in her casting.
Very nice. And she also sent me additional pictures because the tattoos, they don't just cover her arms. The tattoos cover her legs as well. And so here is a picture of Nida showing the tattoos worked on her arms, and then also the tattoos that she has worked on her legs. You can see here with the Athasian desert in the background. What you're looking at now, these are actually painted on tattoos. This is not CGI stuff or something she layered over the top with Photoshop. These are actually painted on tattoos. You went to work today with these tattoos on your legs, right?
Yeah, I've been fully tatted all day, everything except for like up here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because I work on Zoom, and I can do that.
Absolutely.
I've actually just been dressed like this all day with a flannel on top of it.
Very nice. All right, let's go to Tick. Rory has broken his typecasting, by the way.
Well, I mean, I went from extremely small to extremely big, just nothing in the middle. So his name is Tick Raciante. Look it up, you'll find it. And then he's a gladiator. He's about 42 years old. He's a half giant, so he's 11 foot tall and 1,400 pounds. Kind of to give you an understanding of his size, his inseam is about 60 inches, which is about the average human height, and his outseam is about 80 inches, or if you think about your refrigerator. So I think I have those estimations about right. A couple other things is that his chest wise, he is about 115 inches for his chest circumference, not his width, but circumference. And his heart, of all things, is 2 pounds. So you'll find out that a tick is a different kind of beast.
Yeah, I think you had us at 11 feet tall, 1,400 pounds. Half giants, one of the unique races of the world of Athas. And Rory, for those of you that are new, he has now played a gnome and a halfling in my games. So to play a half giant is absolutely breaking his typical typecasting, but we're looking forward to watching Tick. And we'll see a lot of Tick tonight. All right, and then let's come back to Lucius. Tell us about Lucius, Becca.
Lucius is a elf. He is 7 feet tall. He is also a bard. But something you will find out about Lucius is he's not your typical bard. He's not a romantic womanizer, as I may have played my other characters previously. Lucius is stoic and kind of grumpy, and he communicates mostly in grunts when he's not putting on a show. But he's a good guy, but he's a little rough around the edges.
Very nice, very nice. And no worries, yes, if you have any lagging, don't sweat it. All right, so thank you, everyone. If you don't know on Blue Box, let me explain for the newer folks. All of your bits and cheers go to the players. So you'll see in the chat, if you look in the top, we're already tracking. So Nida, you have 2 +1s that can be used. Anala, you have 9 +1s that can be used. And then I have 3, and Kalak has 7 +1s. A couple of other things to be aware of. 5 +1s can be converted to advantage. So you can actually shortcut to an advantage by burning 5 +1s. 7 +1s can be used as a half action, which would mean you'd either get an additional movement or an additional attack in a round if you burn 7 +1s. So you, the viewers, actually help these players and or the DM in combat as they go. Let me run through just a couple of quick announcements and some thank yous. We'll cover some more thank yous at the break. But I want to get to the game as quickly as we can here. We've already burned the first 20 minutes of our show. We tonight have a huge giveaway. We are giving away, first of all, 2 Tailspire codes. These are free versions of Tailspire. You own it. When you have it, you own it. There's no monthly charge for this tool. You're going to see a lot of it tonight. You're also going to see some tabletop terrain and minis tonight. You'll see both. You'll see some Theater of Mind. We use all of these mediums at Blue Box. With Tailspire, these are $25 codes, and you get the license. You download it. You own it. You're going to see this VTT tonight. It is incredible. Also tonight, the big giveaway, we are giving away the the box set of Dark Sun, the original 1991. This guy you see back here behind me, Dark Sun box set in fantastic condition. All the books are in it. That will be given away tonight on stream. And oh, thank you so much. Coffee delivery in my Blue Box mug. You can get these on our website in our merch store. All proceeds go to St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Nice.
So we'll give that away tonight. So actually, I'm going to queue up. We're going to get ready to do our first entry tonight. So we're going to draw 7 names throughout the show tonight. All 7 of the names that we draw tonight will be rolled for a D20 at the end of the show. So you have to be present at the end, but we're giving people who are here at the beginning a better chance to get in the giveaway because we really appreciate you being with us for the whole show. All right, so what you're going to do is in the chat, you're going to type, let me make sure I have this correct and working. It's going to be hashtag, where is the right one? That's not it. That's not it. One more second here. Nightbot. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG. Type hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. And let me make sure it's working. If somebody can pop it in there. If it's not, I'm going to refresh it. Okay, hold on. Stop. Let me refresh it. That's not working. I've got to refresh the thing. You're going to have to do it again. One second. No, it's been, I've had it up and ready for too long.
Unprofessional.
So, yeah, Josh, having you on is unprofessional. Okay, try it again. Blue Box RPG. Okay, it's working now. So if you typed it in, type it in again. Your names are being captured. We're going to do the first name drawing in just a moment. While we're waiting for that, let me say thank you to a few folks. Tonight, you're going to see custom work that is done by folks that are in the stream tonight. You've seen the name Gone Splitter. I believe SimCity is in here. These gentlemen have helped us with some of the Tailspire minis and assets that you're going to see. They are absolutely mind-blowing. You've not seen things like this in Tailspire before. Also, we have, and those were both, Princess Popcorn also was someone that we had help us with boards. And then we have also Skarnor, that helped us with boards, and Istalri. Now, these were all commissioned projects, so when you give your bits and your cheers and all that, this all was commissioned, but these guys did fantastic work. People who have given pro bono to help us with this include Joffrey of Dice Songs. Much of the music, he's just a sponsor. He helps us with it. The video I'm going to show you in a moment, he put together, it is unbelievable. Baldrox, who's in the chat. Baldrox custom terrain generation. He has built an algorithmic automated terrain generator. It is incredible. It will be used throughout this campaign, and he did it just because. He's a cool guy, and he just did it to be kind. Fraley, our own Patrick, printing 100 or more 3D printed models, painting them. I've got all these back here on this shelf. You won't see them all tonight. All custom painted Dark Sun specific miniatures from Fraley. And then also tonight, John Demongund. He's been project managing all of this. He has gotten all these resources together to help me, and he has not asked for anything. He just does it because he loves the show and to bribe me to be a player on the stream. So I'm sure I've forgotten someone, but I just wanted to acknowledge the principal contributors to the content that you're going to see tonight. Oh, Thomas Grisep, the map. So let me show a couple of maps here. The first map you're going to see is one that's familiar to all of you. This is the Flanaess. This is the blue box version of Greyhawk. And this is the Anna B. Meyer map. We will have a custom Anna B. Meyer map of the Sea of Dark Sun, but in the interim, we also have this gorgeous map that was put together by Thomas Grisep. You would know him as Twitchy DM. I don't know if he's in the chat yet tonight or not, but you'll notice this overlays perfectly with the Sea of Dust in the Flanaess. And as you scroll in closer, you'll see almost all of the elements of Athas. They're in different places. There's some geography changes, but essentially this is the world of Athas from Tyr to Uruk to Alterac to Khalidney. This is pre-Khalidney's destruction. So the attempt has not been made by the Sorcerer Queen of Khalidney yet. This is Khalidney before it became the Wasteland. Kalak is still the Sorcerer King of Tyr, although that is the pseudonym of the Sul Mage that actually has risen from the dust and is now ruling. Each of these have a Sorcerer King or Queen, just as they did in the original World of Darkstone. Thomas put this map together for us. It is awesome. Thank you for the raid. Our sponsor, Troll Lord Games, just hit us, and that puts us at 115. So we are already up over 100 viewers, and we also had a level 5 hype train. So I have to distract you now with a bit of silliness. The first is anytime we have a level 5 hype train, you get to see this guy. So here we have Rexy, the dancing dinosaur. I don't use dinosaurs in my regular D&D. And yet, in Dark Sun, it kind of is. Troll Lord Games, again, thank you for the raid. All of you are witnessing tonight the premiere episode of Greyhawk Awakening Book 3, Sea of Dark Sun. This Dark Sun-based game, you are lucky tonight. It is the very first episode that you are catching, and we have an incredible giveaway that we'll be doing here tonight. I'll talk about again in just a moment. But Rexy appears whenever we have the level 5 hype train. Then whenever we have the 100 viewers, we replace my dragon with the walking dinosaur. So tonight we get a Stegosaurus who will be walking across the bottom of your stream because we are over 100 viewers tonight. All right. So for all the Troll Lord folks that joined us, thank you for following. If you haven't yet, hit that follow button. You still have time. Type hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat, and your name will be drawn. We're going to draw 7 times tonight for a giveaway of a boxed set, Sea of Dark Sun box set from 1991. It is gorgeous. We're also giving away 2 Tailspire licenses tonight. All right, last thing I'm going to say before we show the video and get started is back to the maps. With Anna's map that you're looking at here, you see we began Greyhawk Awakening here in the area of Verbabonk. The most common area known to most folks. Thank you for all the new followers. And then we moved to Relastra, and this area here to the right, we traveled all the way up through the Barbarian Kingdoms in Book 1, or Book 2. Then Book 3, this is where we are, all the way down here in the bottom right-hand corner. And you Athasian fans, you'll notice here that this Sea of Dust is perfect for Athas because it's got the Ringing Mountains, you've got the Sulhouts to the north, you've got the Hellfire Furnaces to the east. This dried wasteland was burnt up by an apocalyptic, both arcane and divine, the twin cataclysms. The rain of colorless fire fell here, forming the Sea of Dark Sun that we are playing in tonight. And so with all of that said, I think that's enough of an intro. I'm going to get us started. Players, do you have any final questions before I get ready to kick us off? Okay, then here we go. Enjoy the intro video. When the intro video is done, we come back live with Episode 1, Sea of Dark Sun, here on Blue Box. enjoy. Where is that video?
Yeah, come on, John.
That's all right. Well, you know what I'll do? Actually, I might have I'll put it on the starting screen, and then you can
I'm
watch it on the
sorry,
starting screen.
everybody.
Stop, and here we go. In the ashes of the reign of colorless fire, ancient soil wizards rose from hidden depths, forging a new empire. A land of sand, blood, slavery, psionics, and survival. There's a Nala.
Boo.
There's Nida. Kalak. Thank you, Gon. Thank you, Natasha. Here, the sea of dust, hate and ash. The sea of death.
Yeah.
The sea of dark sun. The Athasian sun burns hot in the sky. The oppressive heat fills the air, burning down in the sands overhead. And the city of Tyr is alive in the noonday sun here, just a matter of cenites from the peak of summer. Two gladiators stand waiting inside their pits, knowing what is to come. The arena itself is amassed with thousands and thousands of people, covering the streets, streaming in, waiting for the spectacle of the Sorcerer King. The first battle has already taken place, and there is blood and screaming in the air. The crowd above, in their thirst for blood, reverberating, echoing, as Tick and Kalak remain inside their pens. Tick, recently recaptured from the Athasian sands, the massive half-giant stands inside his pen. He has nothing except his hands and the leather loincloth that he wears, his muscles rippling in the dim light that comes through the bars of his gladiator's gait, but he knows he's coming next. As he waits, it is impossible not to have his heart beating hard in his chest, though he is experienced in the ways of the desert and has fought on the sands of arenas before. Never has he been in a place like Tyr. As he stares at the bars and awaits, what is Tick thinking or feeling, Rory?
A sense of familiarity, a calmness in the chaos. I mean, this is normal for Tick. Not necessarily wanted, right? Recaptured, but something he's very, very familiar with, something he's done multiple times. And so it's a bit of the just solitude as it comes over him, remembering back, leaving all sensibility aside, and waiting for a skull to grab and crush.
Very nice. Kalak, you also captured Strange, these human creatures. They have bound you in a cage, and while many of them have shielded themselves against your mind, it's pretty clear to you what's about to happen. Kalak, as you pace your cage, your carapace glinting in the torchlight outside your pen, what is Kalak thinking, feeling, or doing?
Kalak is pacing. It's just very anxious. Kalak can't rely on his ancestral instincts in this arena that humans have made around him. He's used to the open desert, the blank horizon, deep dunes to hide in for ambush. So this is different than what he's used to, but he has done it before, and he will do it again. And he can't wait for the gate, for the portcullis to be opened. For right now, he's in a transitory state. But once inside the arena, he can relax and let his instincts of murder take over.
Very nice. Very nice. As you're waiting, Tick, you hear the crowd's chants undulating back and forth as they begin to reach a fervored pitch. You can tell that something dramatic has happened in the bout that's happening above you, and then there is the silence and the murmuring that befalls either a death or some spectacle. You wait, your heart thundering in your chest, and then it skips a beat as you see a figure being dragged down the hallway, the gladiator who just fell in the arena. Blood-curdling screams rip from his throat. As you look, he's being dragged. His leg has been severed at the hip, the stump raw and red, spouting blood. As he's dragged by, you see a tendril, a long piece of tendon that is pulled out, glistening in white, trailing behind him. As he screams going past you, his wails of pain reverberating off the walls, he leaves a red line across the cobblestones, like his final signature writ in blood. And then he passes by. In a few moments, as the crowd waits, you hear thudding footsteps, and another half-giant approaches your gate.
They call you Tick, yes? You're gonna have fun today, Tick. You look like you fought in some arena battles, but you've never fought here. It's different in tier.
And why is that?
The sand has more blood and surprises. Oh, and today, you get to fight a bug. You ever fought a bug, Tick?
I'll look at him. I'll look him up and down. Give him a slight little wink. Not yet. But, do I get one? And I'll look at him up and down again? Or two?
Show me your hands.
I'll lift him up.
You lift him up, and you see those heavy iron manacles designed for half-giants. And they connect your hands, and then there's a chain that connects down to your feet. So you're bound hand and foot. And he laughs again.
I'll be just fine, thank you. When you go before the arena, you can have any weapons you want. A sword, you want a club. It'll be waiting for you. Or you think you're strong enough to go with your bare hands, Chick?
And so they're going to be in the arena to grab? Is that what he's implying? Or like...
No, he'll be waiting for you before you go into the arena. Thank you, chatters. It's not a voice modulator. No, I won't be calling your wife, Greg. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, John needs more. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Barry White, the half giant. So go ahead.
No harm in a sword, I suppose.
He nods.
I've one your size. Be ready. I'll be back.
And he stalks away. Kalak, we shift to you. You outside of your pen, you see a slender half-elf man approaches you. He is impeccably dressed. He has a dark leather doublet and dark breeches and black boots as he walks up. His hair coiffed neatly, pulled back, an almost predatory face and look in his eyes. And as he approaches you, you instinctively reach out with your psionic telepathic communication, and you feel the rebuff. He has shielded himself psionically. You can't even communicate with this person as he walks to you, and as though he feels the brush of your attempt at communication across whatever barrier he has formed. A smile comes across his face, more a smirk, and he taps against the bars of your cage and says, "All right, friend, just motion for me. What weapon will you have?" You're muted, John.
Oh man, I get hell excited. Kalak will kind of stand up and hiss, and at the same time, simultaneously, he's going to slam a Gifka in one hand, a shield, and then 2 Chachkas against the portcullis there.
Okay, so you don't have your weapons yet.
I don't have them yet?
Yeah, you have no weapons. So he's asking you to show him what weapons you want. So you make the motions. Your tribal weapons, yes. I understand. They'll be ready for you. I'll be back in just a moment. Be ready. As the 2 gladiators prepare, we're going to draw our first name for the Dark Sun box set giveaway.
Yeah.
Last chance, #BlueBoxRPG in the chat, and then we will be giving this away. So I'll give you just a second here. Let me pull up the Nightbot. Reminder tonight, we'll be drawing 7 names. So if you see your name, you have not won the box set yet, you'll be one of the 7 that we will roll D20s for at the end of the show. And the first entrant into this is Joffrey, Storycaster of Dice Songs. You are entered in the giveaway. Now, that's okay, everyone. You're still in the giveaway option. So if you've already typed it, you're good. I'm keeping it persistent, so it'll stay up in there, and then we'll have anyone else control. We'll do another one here in just a few minutes. And don't worry, the rest of you will be coming to you in just a moment. We have a 3-way party split to start because you're not a party yet. But thank you to all the chatters. Thank you, Chad. We appreciate that very much. And gladiators, in moments, both of you are brought out of your cages. You are both bound, as I described before for Tick. Each of you are bound in similar fashion. You are shuffled. Your feet, Kalak, you have a pair of manacles on each set of hands tied to your feet. And as they drag you through, you go through the winding warrens of the underbelly of the arena of Tyr. You can hear the crowd's voice thundering above, and as you get closer and closer, the sound of the crowd grows louder in your ears, even as your own chest tick thunders, no matter how much the veteran, to step on those sands knowing life and death are right before you. It's inevitably something that brings terror to any man. As you are led forward, you get closer and closer to the gates, and you sense the roar of the crowd beyond. You feel the anticipation, the bloodlust, the fervor coming through the walls of the arena. And in moments, both of you stand before the gates. Kalak, as you stare out the gates of your area where you're entering into the arena. You look out and you can see there are several large pylons of stone, 4 of them that surround in the area. They are topped with braziers that burn. You see thousands of people as you peer through the latticework of your gates, gathered in row after row, waiting for the spectacle. You can see across the way from where you are what must be their leader, dressed in silken finery, but even from this distance your keen thri-kreen eyes can see that he is a desiccated and shrunken man, hidden by the finery that he wears. Is there anything in particular that you are looking at or looking for as you're looking through the gates? Anything that you're studying for or anything that you're preparing for as you get ready to step onto the sands? You're muted again, John. You'll get this. Don't worry.
I'm looking for any like high spots of sand or places to climb, places to hide. I'm gonna need to be on the move. So
Okay.
I'm looking out for that.
Okay. All right. As you do that, Tick, what about you? What are you doing as you're waiting?
Just waiting. Looking, taking note of the words about the sand. Kind of getting the reference, but also just preparing for the battle. Right? Thinking about the fight, about the obstacles that are visible out there.
Okay. As you look out, Tick, you do see laying at your feet a long bone blade, a great blade like the one you are accustomed to wielding, one fit for your size. And then you also see armor laying at your feet. It looks like leather with the carapace that looks to be carved from a mechalot shell that lays on the ground in front of you as well. And now for the first time we're going to reveal for our viewers what Tick looks like on his Hero Forge Mini. And one of the things you guys are going to like, and again, we won't do these narrative sort of intros all the time on our show, but this is the first time you're seeing here we have an animated Tick. So this credit goes to Gaunsplitter and SimCity. They actually create, I forgot to shout out HoloFox earlier also. HoloFox was on, and HoloFox made a hide base update that allows us to hide bases for all the minis. Thank you, Holo. But these minis are all animated, and they're animated with more than just this idle station. The way this works, to answer your question, John, it has to be, a skeleton has to be created with it. It has to be custom plug-in. This is a process that you have to go through, but it can be done with any mini that has to be rigged first, then customized. This just doesn't exist. You can't just get it. But you'll see you can do both custom or Hero Forge minis with this effect. Tick. You don your weapons, you don the armor, you grip at the sides of your, you stare out through the lattice work of the portcullis. As you do so, Tick, any final thoughts as you prepare to enter the arena?
Tick has no additional thoughts. When it comes to combat, it is very calculated, very calming. Battle is it's like breathing for Tick. I have a question though.
Yes.
So as far as the weapons I'm arming, it's essentially a great sword.
Yeah, it's whatever sword you're typically accustomed to. All right, so
Okay.
just assume, for the sake of the mechanics here, you have the sword you would normally use.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, so just a sense of calmness, almost a serenity, just waiting.
As you wait, you see a man standing. He floats off the ground. And this man that stands in the middle of the sands, he's an elf. He stands close to 7 feet tall, and he is dressed in almost foppish manner, completely ill-fitted to the Athasian sun. As he stands, in the middle of the sands, you see he's got an eclectic mix of vibrant colors. He's got flowers in his lapels. And he floats off the ground, and even from this distance you can feel the narrow draw of Defiler's magic being pulled from all the living entities around as he floats off of the ground. He lifts his hands almost in adulation to the crowd around him. And as he does so, he begins to orate, but his voice, you can see, he makes no effort for it to carry. It simply does. He speaks, and clearly through magical means, his voice carries throughout the arena. Lords and ladies, welcome for our next bout. Today we see them scrabble. Today we see them squirm. Yes, indeed, they battle, and one will cover the dust with their blood. Welcome, as I, Dramius, the Defiant and the Dazzling, bring you at the benevolent hand of our overlord, our emperor, our king, Lord Kalak, bring you this wonderful battle. Oh, no mean fight this one. No bobbling peasant. No simple simp drawn from the sands. No, today we have on this side of the arena, oh, a fearsome spectacle. A Thri-kreen captured in the wastes themselves. Oh, he's a fearsome beast. He is known as the Sack Snatcher. This Thri-kreen, when captured, yes, you have guessed it, he wore a necklace about his person strung with the scrotal sacks of his enemies. The Snack Satcher, the most fearsome imaginable. He battles this day. Who could fell such a beast? Oh, we have an even more vile creature for you. Yes, good citizens, your overlord Kalak has brought you a half-giant, but this half-giant feeds upon small children. Yes, he is the child chomper. He was caught with 7 infants, their heads bit off, their bodies twitching as he laughed gleefully. The child chomper and the Sack Snatcher, they are prepared to please you and to offer their blood to you in the soil. Are you not pleased with your overlord Kalak? And the crowd erupts in cheers, thunderous applause surrounding. And you see the portcullis click, click, and it opens before you. As the crowd thunders, that is where we will switch scenes. Zephatok.
No.
You, my friend, are in the market of Dark Sun. You're in the market of Tyr, and you have just arrived here in the city. You have arrived earlier this day. You can hear the thunderous applause coming. You hear the sounds of the arena battle. You have literally been here for no more than 15 minutes. As you move around inside the bazaar, you see the panoply of colors, the cacophony of sounds. You see a large number of elven merchants. As you know, these elven tribes tend to cycle through the Athasian cities. You see, though, also humans. You see a dwarf kneeling next to a pair of undersized Krodlu, clearly one that looks almost infantile, one Jodlu, a juvenile, being ready to be sold. And you have a weapon with you. You have some coins in your sack, and you have come here both for some respite and water. You exhausted your water rations on your travel here, but also looking for word of your friend. So why don't you tell the chat why you're here in Tyr, what you're looking for, as we get ready for you to explore the marketplace of Tyr.
Zephatok is here after receiving word from Tick's old owners that had freed him. He'd received a letter, whether in being called there and given the letter or it was sent to him, but he has this letter of a description on where Tick was taken. And as he is truthfully a free giant, Zephyrtok's here to kind of rectify that and re-free him, or to try and show you mess with the wrong person, this is not to be done. Or just to, Banff, get him out and make a run for it. One of the three. But Zephyrtok himself is just moving through the bazaars as a bizarre person, just moving, dipping, sliding between people, as he is 9 feet tall, but he's a bit more lanky for a giant, as is shown in his character artwork. Currently like that of a large necklace or a mantle, as I priorly described. His locus is around his shoulders, the tail kind of curled up underneath where the head is, and looking like just a normal mantle, like a non-alive creature. But yeah, he's just moving through, and he's trying to wind his way to get closer towards the arena, but he just seems to continue to go the wrong direction.
All right, and as you turn around these corners and move, and I'll zoom in here so we can see. So here is the city of Tyr. Here is the Elven Market. These buildings, mostly squarish structures, built of stucco, mud, some brick, heavy beams, narrow doorways and windows designed to keep out the beating of the Athasian sun. And I will cover lore with you. Why is the sun here in the Flanaess, the dark sun? Why is it different than it is elsewhere? It has to do with the Reign of Colorless Fire, and I've explained it in my session 0. I'll explain it again later. But here we have Zephyrtok, and look at that super cool guy. Isn't he awesome? And Zephyrtok, you can see here the Crodlu, which are bouncing around near the dwarf. He's feeding them strips of raw meat, and you can tell these at this size would probably bring a good 150 ceramic pieces. But the market itself pulses with energy, a vibrant area in the midst of this unforgiving land. You smell spices, rich aromas of vegetables, roasted breads, so much wealth here compared to other areas in Athos. The sweat of hardworking merchants and patrons as they mill around. And the ground here is a patchwork of dirt and hard, compact sand, worn smooth by countless footsteps. There's texture of woven baskets, trinkets that glint in the sun, which is now going a little past noonday. And as you're walking, you hear another cheer erupt from the arena off in the distance. The market is truly a kaleidoscope of colors. As you walk into the area of the arena, the dwarf looks over at you and says, "Ah, you! Need for a Crodlu. Strong, this one." He pats it on the back.
To give the best anachronism for how Zephyrtok is moving through this crowd, is very similar to like Aladdin. When he's like avoiding getting people's way, he's just flowing through them like that of air or water and trying to get past them, but especially with his, man, I always forget the name of it, but that large club, like wooden and bone chipped weapon on his back, he continues to like knock into people. He tries to lift the shaft up so it's perfectly in his hands, holding just the tip with one arm while the other one is down towards his lower back, holding the rest of it, trying to move past people and not knock things over with his giant ball.
Josh, I know you're enjoying. If you know Josh, he's enjoyed. There's a couple of keywords he said in that narrative, and you have to just keep up with Josh. Whenever he says words like tip or he says words like ball, he just giggles like
Don't
he's
forget shaft.
Chafed.
Chafed. But yeah, he moves past and in his deep rumbling, almost very dry voice, "I'm sorry, no coin." As he continues to like move past and around, he's going to actually get to a point where he's not sure about the laws of the land, but he's going to start to try and like climb up a building to start getting a better view of where the Colosseum is, to then try and start making his way across the rooftops.
Okay.
It.
All right. As you walk over to the side of the building, you can see the waves of heat coming off the baked surface. And interestingly, there's an alleyway right where you've stopped and turned. And as you look down the alleyway, you see a figure kind of appear from the side. It looks like a feminine form. And there's a beckoning and a hey, and then vanishes back into the alleyway.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Never heard that line before.
yeah, seriously, this is how he dies. First 15 seconds. Sorry, excuse me. He's gonna put locust. He's actually gonna click a little bit as he speaks with the creature around his neck. And he's going to nod for it to fly upward on top of the building and just to kind of keep watch on what's about to happen.
Okay. Go ahead.
No. Please say what you were going to say.
No, as you say that, that's exactly what happens. And so, describe for everyone what it looks like.
Yeah, of course. I'll tell them exactly what it looks like. I have a perfect description.
And I want to clear up for everybody. No, that is not a dinosaur. That is a Crodlu.
It's a dinosaur.
There's a difference.
It's okay. It's a good-looking dinosaur. Gosh dang it! Of course I don't have it.
Thank you, Schnitz Sandwich.
So it's a D&D dinosaur. Gotcha.
What you call
No,
him?
it's not a dinosaur at all.
So effectively, it looks like that of a rust monster, the same sort of hard carapace and chitinous shell, but from almost these two half ovals on its back, unflit, like that of like a beetle, almost how they can pull their wings inward into their shell and then unwrap them and furl them out. These large dragon wing like wings go out from it, and then it has a long tail that can change and fluidly move, but has a scorpion-like tip to the bottom of it, with 6 legs that can pull inward, so it's much closer to the body, or pull outward like that of a rust monster and cling and walk along the tops of buildings, or just walk vertically.
Okay. All right. It flits up. It lands atop the building. It's shadow casting. As you walk into the alleyway, there's a bit of shade from the sun, and you see what looks like an elven woman, but she has a veil up over the lower half of her face, and she looks at you in almost a clandestine manner, not in any way provocative, clearly wanting to speak with you, but wanting to do so in a discreet manner. As she beckons you forward closer, you see she has bright-colored clothing. She has a rope whip that is tied to her hip. Her eyes flash a brilliant blue, and she says, "Your friend, I have watched you. Come closer."
I think I'm just fine right here.
She looks around. "There are many listening ears here, ears of the kings. Please come. I am friend."
Insight, sense motive of this person.
Okay, go ahead and roll, please. I'll let you roll this one.
Yeah, thank you. Just looking over her like, you're hilarious.
Thank you, Toriano.
Oh, okay. First roll of the game. That's gonna be my sense motive is only a +4, but I rolled a natural 19, so 23.
23. Okay. Wow. You have a discernment to you. You've seen this before. You know people. You've been betrayed by people. You sense nothing amiss. You sense an earnestness and actually an urgency in this woman's eyes.
That's actually what takes him aback more. He definitely expects more of a shadiness, but as he looks her over, looks for any other shadows coming from the other lit torches in the alleyway, or any other, like the sun streaming in, looks for any other sort of sense.
What is your
movement.
perception?
Oh gosh, that's a wonderful question, John. You're a brilliant and wonderful man.
Hagar, you can't demand TPKs yet. Sorry, was
plus
that?
8.
Plus 8. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna fix that, by the way. Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No. So you don't notice anything.
Okay.
And as you step closer, her voice gets a little bit more hushed, and she looks over at you and she says, I know you. We have watched you. You are Zephyta, yes? You are the one who helps the slaves. You are known to my people.
And who is your people?
Let us say we are of similar aims. As is often said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. In this, we are your friends. You are here for your friend, aren't you?
I was just about to say, I only have one friend.
This friend, he was with you. You have freed him once before. We have watched you, and we have watched your other friend. And she cuts her eyes up toward the top of the building.
So you're perceptive. Why should I trust you?
You would be a fool to trust me. Have you not learned you trust no one in this place? But do you have any other way to save your friend than the one I might offer you?
I've had ideas and what I've done in the past, but please.
He's gonna kind of lean against the wall, sliding ever so slightly the end of his large club down in case he needs to lift it up. But he's just gonna lean against the wall.
Educate me.
As she looks at you, you see her face kind of scrunches a bit at your nonchalance. Perhaps I've misjudged you. It seems you have things well in hand. I bid you good day, sir. And she starts to turn. And she starts walking down the alleyway. Do you let her go? Or do you pursue her? Or do you move back
Do I
out?
recognize any symbols on her?
No, you could see the clothing was fairly nondescript, obviously designed to be not identifiable, but she was clutching something in her hand. It wasn't a weapon, but you couldn't see what it was. You could tell by the way she was gripping her hand she was holding something, but there was no visible markings on her clothing.
Wait. I usually have a little bit more to work with. In this, I'm coming in somewhat blind.
You speak this around the corner, and you don't hear anything from her. You wait several moments. And then you see she peeks around the corner, kind of a quixotic smile on her face as she pulls down her veil and she giggles a bit. I understand you are concerned, my friend, but we can be trusted. She pulls it back up. Mine is an organization that seeks the freeing of slaves, that seeks an end to the tyranny of these so-called kings and queens who rule our cities. Our blood stains the soil of Addis all across this land in our efforts to foil them. But you have a friend that can help. The half-giants. These are powerful allies in our fight. We would see him freed as well. And we have noted your other friend is uniquely able to help you. Your friend is fighting right now. He is in
this. Yeah, with that, he loses his nonchalance and looks up and just eyes directly focus on her, and it's now listening much more intently.
She says, He may not survive this fight. It is a Kreen, one of the insect warriors of the desert, fearsome enemies that he faces. If he does survive, he will be badly injured. When the gladiators are injured, their houses, their owners, she spits the word owners as though it just disgusts her to even say it. Quick aside, here on Blue Box, we talked about this on our session 0. We are playing the traditional style of Dark Sun here, and this is essentially an oppressed land. Slavery is prominent. It is evil. It is a scourge. It is one of the sins that has been in the past perpetrated and is still to this day perpetrated on humanity. And so we treat it as a scourge. It is not something to be ever celebrated. It is reviled, and it is one of the central goals of the setting and of the game for it to be conquered and overcome. So to whatever degree you hear these tropes and terms, understand they are always in that context. Clip this and save it if you're ever wondering. The injured, they will not be allowed to die. They are too valuable to their owners. They will be taken, your friend, to a holding place to be attended by clerics if he survives the battle.
Like, a hand goes up, I know. What is your plan?
You are my plan. We have, if we are lucky, a man. He is one of ours. He will be standing when you walk through the main gate to the arena. Follow to your left. You will see this half-giant. He will be standing in front of an iron door. Show him this. And she pulls out what she's been holding in her hand, and you see a piece of bone carved like a crescent moon. Show him this. If fortunes are with us today, and he is the man, he will let you in. Make all haste and speed. Your friend, and she points up at the locust that sits up on the top of the building, will be able to penetrate the iron lock. It is one of the few places you will find iron locks used here. They are to be kept in the gladiators, keeping them in. Free him, and then you must take him from the city immediately. You cannot come back to Tyr, at least for 2-3 Senites. Do not come back here, even the disguise. You know the Cylops, yes?
I think so. Do I?
Make knowledge local. You probably
Yeah,
do, but
I
just
was
make a
like,
knowledge
I don't
local
know.
check.
You're a freak, John. I'm not the pro. Oh, another natural 19!
How about a TPK now? Okay. Yes. So you do know what a Cylops is. Cylops are creatures that are used by the Templars in these cities. The Templars are the servants of the Sorcerer Kings. They actually get their power from the Sorcerer Kings. Think of them like the police, the guards, and the Secret Service all wrapped up in one. Templars employ Cylops. These are giant centipede-type creatures. Uh-oh, we just lost somebody.
Oh,
Show this one.
Ashlyn. Her internet's rough.
Okay, yeah, Ashlyn, one of our players is joining us from a vacation spot in Colorado, so her internet is spotty. She'll be back in just a moment. Don't worry that all the names are in the wrong places. We're not going to mess with that because they'll go back to right when she comes back. Which hopefully is soon, because we're about to shift to them. And so she says, free him. Do not come back for at least 2 to 3 Senites. For these Cylops, they have the way. And you know the way, of course, is a reference to psionic powers. They will be looking for you for at least this amount of time. Even if you are in disguise, the Cylops, they will find you. Flee the city. Take this with you. There will be people waiting for you to aid.
Okay. He will nod. Thank you. And before he starts to move and then stops and goes, even below that veil, it seems we can have an alliance.
She nods and she makes a motion with her hands. Be well, my friends, Ifitok. May Ral smile upon you this day and give you the freedom that you seek, that we may bring freedom to all who seek it. And she vanishes with a wisp, her veil trailing in the wind, and she disappears down the street.
He begins just booking it. He like moves his finger around for for his little friend to come down and then like one of those snap bracelets just snaps back around his neck. That's what me. As he's just going to keep running as fast as he can through the street or on top of the roofs, whichever one will be fastest.
All right, you turn. As you come around, careening around the corner, you scatter several people who are standing around near you. One of them, yo, watch where you're going, crazy man. And you kind of bump past one of the Krodlu, the not dinosaurs, and past several others, kind of knocking a stand half over as you careen down the street, your feet pounding, sweat beading on your forehead as you make your way toward the Athasian arena, the arena of Tyr. And now we're going to make our next switch. And as we get ready to make this next switch, we're going to do another giveaway. So do another entry into the giveaway. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. Reminder, tonight we're giving away this OG box set, 1991 box set of Dark Sun. We also have 2 Tailspire licenses we're going to give away. We'll do one after the break. But if we draw your name, you will be one of 7 people. The first was Joffrey, Dice Casters, Dice Song, Storycaster, one of our sponsors. He's already in the entries. We'll draw one more here in just a second. And so hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. And as we get set for this, now we're going to make a shift to the other 3 in the group. We're going to take our first break here in a few minutes, our one and only break. And I want to say thank you, all you Mad Chatters. I'm not as engaged with the chat tonight as I normally am, but there's obviously a lot going on tonight and a lot of things that we're making happen here all at once, and a lot of new settings and new scenes and new stuff. Once we settle into our normal cadence, I'll be as engaged with the chat as I am normally. But thank you, everybody, for all the subs, all the bits, all the gifts. And as I wait just one more moment, I'll give you a chance to pop in there hashtag BlueBoxRPG. And John, I'm going to come back to your camera in a moment. If you would, hopefully you've gone to the edges of the board. I want to show Baladrox's the terrain around. I didn't have time to expand that on this board right beforehand, and so I want people to be able to see kind of some of the work that he did around here.
On which now? What now?
The surrounding terrain around Khalidney.
Ooh, you got it.
And because I didn't go out to the edge of the board where people could see it. Okay, here we go. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG. Thank you so much, Lupus. I appreciate it. It's just it's just getting started. The good stuff is we're just getting started. These players are incredible. Okay, so the next person in our giveaway tonight is Chris Bruengal. Bruengal, you are in the giveaway. So stay on with us. You got to be present at the end. The giveaway stays open. So if you've already popped it in, your name is in there. We're going to draw 5 more times. So never fear. We will absolutely come to you. And now we're going to go to Anala, Nida, and Lucius. And let me pull this up and get this all set and ready. All right. Nida, Anala, Lucius, you are trudging wearily now through the desert sands. You have come from Al Taruk. You have been on the road now for off and on for several weeks. And as you are traveling, there is a bone weariness that is upon you. The winds of the desert cast sand in your eyes. All of your faces are covered. It's now an hour or 2 past the noonday sun. You know you should be less than a half a day's walk from Tyr. You're down to the final 2 skins of your water upon your persons. And as you trudge wearily through the desert, the landscape is bleak, dune after dune that falls in this place coming north from Al Taruk toward Tyr. You know Badlands will proceed immediately before you arrive at Tyr. But each step through these dunes makes your muscles ache, weary with the effort of trudging through the sand. As the sun beats down, your clothing now, especially for Anala, once vibrant, is covered with dust and silt. and is no longer bright. The unyielding force of the sun beats down upon you, but there is still a lightness. You've enjoyed one another's company, and you now know that you are just perhaps a half a day's walk from Tyr. And as we now switch, we're going to show some physical minis. I want to shout out Fraley again. So here, all of your Tailspire Minis crew have also been printed and painted by Patrick Fraley. So this is Nida. Looking quite gorgeous there. Thank you, Patrick. This is Inala, also looking quite gorgeous and very threatening. She is the protective Vendari to the Vitazan. And then the pale but gorgeous. Oh my gosh, the comeliness on this guy is out of control.
What's his
Lucius,
comeliness?
His comeliness is 21. Off the charts. 22 because it's modified by charisma and because it's Becca. As the three of you walk across the desert, the sand blowing in your faces, you talk amongst one another.
Lucius, is that injury still bothering you? I know we've been walking all day, but
It's not as bad anymore. It's just annoying at this point.
if you need any more herbs on it, let me know. I do have some.
Thank you.
And now, how are you not just dying in all the black? I know you said that you traveled a lot across the sands, but it's a lot of black in this sun.
Better than the stairs.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But there's no one around.
He's here.
All right.
I do not care what you look like.
Nala just kind of looks at you and turns back to face forward and keeps walking.
Nida is always lockstep with Anala and always on her left-hand side.
Okay.
Just ever so often brushes her fingers against Anala's side.
With that comment, or with the kind of brush off from Anala, Lucius kind of just quickens his stride just a little bit to kind of get in front of instead of walking alongside, and just suit yourself, boil to death for all I care. And just kind of continues to walk.
Okay. The sun continues to burn. You can see off in the distance what looks like a dune runner going across the tops of the desert dunes, his form silhouetted against the blue, and the heat continues to grow as the afternoon goes on, longing for the respite when the blazing and cruel sun goes behind the horizon. The dunes still stretch on endlessly before you. Anything else that you're thinking, saying, doing, or feeling as you're walking along?
Lucius is he's nervous to be going back to this city. He hasn't been back since he was a child. And this particular marketplace was where he was taken as a child. So this is kind of anxiety ridden for him, but he's not going to quite let that show yet. He doesn't feel comfortable quite yet, but that might be why his stride is a little quickened. He's a little anxious.
Okay.
I was just about to ask if he's showing that at all.
You can probably tell by his rigid movements, but he's not going to try and let on to it at all. He's going to try and keep his composure.
Nida is everywhere they go. Nida's just constantly excited because she has spent her entire life just in the temple, so everywhere they go is something new and exciting.
I hate her so much.
She is very much not the jaded one of the group, and it's very obvious that she's just wide-eyed, as wide-eyed as you can be in the desert sun, if tired but excited.
Exactly. Well said. And I'll let you guys, if you have anything else you want to say here as you're walking along, trudging through the desert with your water. The chat's bringing this up. So in this land, just resting for a normal human size would easily consume a gallon or more of water. Normal light activity in, moving around in the city, even indoors, partly outdoors, a human will consume 2 gallons of water just staying, because not only is it hot, it is dry. There is extremely arid environment here. Thank you so much for the gifted sub there, Chris. And so the water simply wicks off of the skin. If you were exerting yourself, traveling through the sun as you are now, the reason all of you are traveling through the sun, which would perhaps at times not be your first choice, is you had been told just the day before by a very helpful group of elven merchants who were traveling, that there was in fact in this area a masaka, which was prowling the wastes at night, the great worms that go through the dunes, and you were advised in the strongest sense to travel by day through this area lest you fall afoul of this masaka. As you walk along, you scan the horizon looking for signs of any other life. You have passed a handful of merchant caravans, but here in the dunes there is no marked road like you would find in the Badlands. You simply follow the arc of the sun moving at a perpendicular angle coming to the north as the sun moves across its zenith and towards the far horizon. Anything else that Lucius, Nida, or Anala are doing or saying?
Nala is just going to, keep scanning, and every so often she reaches back a little bit to make sure that Nida is still there, and she keeps an eye on Lucius, just kind of wary of him yet, not quite used to him. So.
Okay.
Don't trust that guy.
Nida has no wariness to her personality at all. She's actually paying attention to Lucius for a very different reason, because she knows of past injuries. She's watching his gait because, let's face it, men have a tendency to hide when they're in pain.
That's
and especially in a dangerous area, it's good to hide your pain. But Nida's watching for any stumbling, anything that favoring a certain shoulder or leg. Be like, I told you.
Lucius will kind of glance back over his shoulder every once in a while. He doesn't want to get too far away from them. Being that he's 7 foot tall, that he knows his stride is a little bit longer than theirs, so he'll kind of wait.
Especially mine.
Wait for them for a second and then let them catch up and keep going. And he will ask, have either of you been to Tyke? Or Tyr, sorry, not Tyke, Tyr before?
No, I haven't yet. What is it like? Have you been?
Not for quite some time. No, it's been a very long time. From what I remember, it's very busy.
The mention of it being busy.
Busy sounds exciting, at least.
It's anxious.
What was that?
She said busy sounds exciting, at least.
Oh, okay. Amanda, did you say something?
At the mention of it being busy, and Nala starts to get anxious, so her hands start to clench, and she starts digging her nails against her palm and just scraping them.
We need to get some
Busy
meds.
can be exciting, yes, but it can also be dangerous.
As Anala is showing this like anxiety, Nida's just gonna reach down, brush her fingers against, and I'm gonna use my go with the flow cleric ability to cast calm emotions on her.
Very nice. You feel a gentle touch from Nida as she speaks a word. You see a bit of condensation on her fingers. Anything else you wanted to use? I don't want to describe this for you, Ashlyn. If you have something else you want to say, you can go ahead and describe what happens.
Just the tattoos around her wrist faintly glow as a drop of water travels down it across her fingers and then makes impact on Anala.
I'll take just a breath and unclench her hands and not necessarily look at Nida, but turn her head slightly and just incline it a little bit and then just keep walking.
With this, Lucius will he'll look down at your hands and then continue to look forward as he says, "What are your plans while you're in the city?"
Well, my creed tells me that I must travel and bring comfort, bring healing across the sea, the sands. A big city brings a lot of troubles.
Lucius will kind of just grunt at this because he knows very well how much a big city can bring troubles.
You said it's been a while since you were here.
Been roughly 50 years.
Oh, that's
50
long.
years since I left this city.
Why did you leave?
Didn't have a choice.
Nida just, her eyes go to a scar that she knows exists on his skin and just nods quietly, understanding that it's probably something that Lucius doesn't want to talk in depth about, but just in a slight head nod.
With that, he quickens his step, but he grabs his lute and just starts fingering the strings and just plays a little melody to kind of calm himself, maybe distract himself a little bit, but just a little music. And he puts some distance between the three of you, but he keeps going. Not too far out though.
What does he sing?
He doesn't sing, but he's just enjoying the melody.
And as you walk along the desert sands, trudging wearily, the wind pelting you with bits of sand, a nuisance at first, but after days, skin raw, particularly for Anala, whose skin is not well suited to the difficult terrain, typically has been in her cloistered temples. I'm sorry, Nida. Anala, very much used to this. Yeah, sorry. Opposite for Anala. Nida, who has been cloistered in her clerical elemental temples and preparing to become a Vitasan, has not extended time faced these types of surroundings. Neither are her garments, though made of tough elven silks. They are not designed to withstand extreme temperatures over long durations of time, and neither is her skin prepared for it. It stings, it's raw. Does she grumble, or does she bear this with silence?
She tries her best to bear it with silence, and it's not so much grumbling as it's more just like wincing every so often.
Fair enough.
She's definitely not prepared for being honest on a dune, and she's learning this firsthand.
Very nice. Then, with that, we're going to come back, and then we're going to go to break. So we're going to briefly, for 10 seconds, I'm going to address Tick and Kalak. As you step through the gates, or through the portcullis in front of you, there is a blinding light. As the crowd erupts around you, it's disorienting, it's dizzying, and then you hear the heavy thud as the gate closes behind you, and the combat begins. And with that, we're going to go to break here on Blue Box, our one and only break tonight. We're going to do another drawing for our giveaway tonight, which is the Sea of Dark Sun box set. We also have 2 Tailspire codes we're giving away. I'll do one of those right after the break. But we'll draw one more name before the break, hashtag BlueBoxRPG. While you're typing that in, I want to say thank you again to everyone. The reason you're seeing a Steg, yes, it is a dinosaur. That is a dinosaur. None of the things you're seeing in the game are dinosaurs, but at the bottom of the screen, anytime we have 100 viewers for any period of time, I am humiliated with a walking dinosaur on my stream because my players know I don't like dinosaurs in my D&D. I do like dinosaurs, I just don't like them in my D&D, and so I'm forced to face this indignity whenever you, the Mad Chatters, show up in force like this. John, I'm going to come to you. If you can show a couple of those terrain sweeps in just a second, if you're still ready for that. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat for the giveaway. While we're waiting for that, I do also want to show you guys a couple more things quickly here. One, if you joined late, you missed the rest of the cosplay. So Manda, who's playing, and Nala, this is the scarring that she has, and you'll find out how she got that scarring. It's super cool. It's true to Athas lore, and it just shows you even the plants of Athas are very dangerous creatures. And Manda's full cosplay includes this super cool leather bag that she forged, and she has all of the extra. So this I think is the right one here. Nope, that's not the right one. This is the one I want. And so she's got the contacts, the eyes, the scarring, and the dagger that she made by hand. Amanda's a crafter. So cool. As you're looking at Nida, Nida also has extended cosplay because her tattoos cover her whole body. So here is Nida. You can see the tattoos on the arm. Now, these tattoos are actually done with photo. These are photoshopped on, correct? This was a computer with the one where you're standing?
I am on so little internet bandwidth that I am just on Zoom, so I'm assuming yes.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, right, okay.
Yes, those are digital.
No worries, yes, and thank you for joining us. She's actually on vacation today in Colorado, and she's still here for...
I'm on mountain internet, and it's not going great.
Hey, the fact that you're even on the Zoom is cool. And then also, the tattoos, now this is actual tattooing, or not, sorry, not actual tattoo. This is painted on tattooing, not...
Actual tattoo.
So she has tattoos all across her legs, all across her arms. She wore this all day at work. She was, I think, covered up in like a jumpsuit or something.
I had flannel on.
But the commitment to cosplay here is admirable, and you have not seen all of it. There is one more cosplay treat that you're going to get. We're going to talk about it after the break. John, I want you to kind of give us a little demo after the break of your extra little cosplay element. But go ahead, and I'm going to bring up your screen here. So we're looking now at the city of Tyr, and if you'll just pan out and show us the horizons, John, you're going to see you have vast horizons of desert terrain, which includes, did you go to the ends of the board? You didn't go to the ends of the board. You can't see.
Come on,
you can't. That's what I told you to do. I'll show it after the break. Sorry, Bala.
I can do it.
Oh.
No, it's okay. I'll show it after the break.
Is it too far away?
Yeah, it's far away. You have to try because it's a massive board, so you have to go out to the edges of the board. That's our first technical glitch tonight, and it's courtesy of your friend John Demon Gun. So our next name in the giveaway for the box set is going to be drawn now. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG. I'll give you 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the next one is QW Fate, a brand new follower today.
Yeah.
QW Fate. Hopefully, are you still in the chat with us? Hopefully you are. QW Fate, if you are, you're now the third name that is being entered. Yep, you're there. Outstanding. So just stick with us. You'll be one of the 7 names that will be rolled for at the end of our stream tonight. We're going to draw 4 more names, and we're going to give away 2 Tailspire gift codes. When we come back, we're going to see Kalak and Tick on the sands of the Tyr Arena as they go to battle. It'll be fun to see how these two do and to see what maybe surprises the Arena of Tyr holds for us. As we go to break, I won't do this normally, but I will play the intro video again for those of you that didn't see it at the beginning. It's super cool. And our break here will be quick. It'll be about a 4-minute break. Give everybody a chance to grab coffee, water, use the restroom, whatever you need to do. But before we go to break, I do have one question for you. If you're watching this stream right now, and for some unfathomable reason you haven't followed, or if you're a follower, but you have not subbed. Did you know subbing is free on Amazon Prime? If you've not followed or you've not subbed, or if you have followed and you have not, you sub, but then you've allowed your sub to expire and you have not resubbed. Sacre bleu! We have one question for you here on Blue Box tonight. What are you doing? Give us a follow, give us a sub. Blue Box will be right back. And we'll draw 2 more names right after the break. 1 more for the giveaway and 1 more for the Tailspire code. And now we're going to kick off the intro Dark Sun, Sea of Dark Sun, Greyhawk Awakening, Book 3 intro video.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a dork, Josh.
Thank you, Renreb.
What, another hype train on the way? Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Patrick, our good friend, the Canadian Ancient Gamer.
Yeah, I was looking for bookmarks, John. I didn't.
Well, they were there, but they got nuked, so don't sweat it.
Yeah. There we go. Baldrex got me. He got me on the right track.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chip. We appreciate that. We got another hype train going. You guys are awesome.
Keep running over my dress. Every so often, everybody's audio just turns into this, and then it goes really, really fast to catch up.
Yeah, that's definitely all on our ends. All of our internet's not very good. You're the only one with really good audio and internet, Ashlyn.
Yeah, no, I am
Yeah.
running bare bones. Also, work decided to like hard reset and update my computer right when we were coming into this.
Oof. That's a big oof. Oh my gosh. Also, anyone out there, if you can find a singular good-looking rat miniature, like I've been trying my best to find a singular small boy rat miniature and failing miserably. The only one I could find that I at least kind of link is this one. That's posted in chat.
What about from that like swarm that you sent me? If you just like detach a rat,
Are you able to detach a rat?
I know people.
I mean,
I know.
tools exist and I can physically detach it.
Talk to SimCity or Gauntlet.
It's not that hard.
I just like also whoever said Skaven not looking for like a were rat and not looking for a giant rat, just a normal rat, just tiny little normal rat boys,
Basic bitch rat.
like basic bitch rat, like tiny itty bitty boy.
Stand up or like crawling like a normal rat?
Either looking rat like. If you had like if you had like 10 of those minis on the board.
What?
Like, if they're all standing up, it just kind of looks weird. Like, you got little walking rats.
If you
So
haven't
it's
yet,
either-
type hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. The next thing we'll do right after the break, we'll do a Tailspire giveaway. But don't worry, if you are in the Tailspire, if you win the Tailspire, that will not eliminate you from contention for the box set. I don't want people to feel like you're not going to have the opportunity. You can win both of those tonight. It would not be fair to exclude someone who gets the Tailspire license from also being in the book entry. Sorry, go ahead, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
And you're looking for an actual physical mini. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, STL would work as well, since I'm just forcing Aislinn to print them for me.
So what is Tailspire? Tailspire is the VTT tool. So tonight you've seen Theater of Mind in our play. You have seen a VTT, which is called Tailspire. It's a three-dimensional VTT that we're showing a lot of tonight. And you've also seen a physical tabletop terrain and minis. All three of these things will be present in this campaign. And so the Tailspire license is a $25 code that gives you lifetime. You own Tailspire. You don't have to pay anything monthly for it. And what's so cool about the ecosystem is boards are able to download free on places like Tales Tavern. You can follow my channel and look at the Lore Masters Arcanums that I've done on these topics. I've done several of them, and it's a really, really cool tool. Thank you so much, guys. We got a level 2 hype train, almost a level 3 now, our second one of the night. And thanks for all the new followers, all the folks from the Dark Sun community that have joined us. That intro video, I don't know if he's on tonight. Cordeth is someone who does a lot with artwork for Dark Sun, and he's actually not only provided but helped with some of the artwork that I've done. That's the other stuff, not the characters. All the character art is from Cowboy Hob. Thank you, Jason. One red. We appreciate those 5
Jason.
gift subs. We'll see you here in just a couple weeks at Blue Box Con, my friend. And that's going to be fun. And that gets us past level 3. We appreciate the level 3 hype train.
That's good, Manda. That was good.
Ready to go.
I just saw how Manda made her costume. That was smart. That was like literally used a mask for the mat. Like,
Well, I actually made it. It's all crochet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is crochet.
It looked like one of those COVID masks.
That was the original plan, but then I couldn't find one that was just straight black. Sorry, Crouch.
Golly, thank you, Razakel. Thank you, Razakel. We appreciate that. Working on another level 5 hype train. Incredible, ye hype conductors.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh, another level
awesome.
5.
We appreciate that, and I promise you, every single dollar goes back into the stream and then some. You're watching some of those dollars burn tonight on the stream.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys are enjoying it, and there's a lot more to come. This will become a more natural and fluid campaign as the characters, get started and as we get started. Session 1s always include some of the jiltedness of getting the introductions and whatnot, but I think the players are doing a fantastic job tonight. Thank you, Jeff. And with that, let's go ahead and come back live. All right, we're going to do a Tailspire giveaway, and then we'll start the drawing for the 4th name that will go in the grand prize giveaway tonight. So type hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat, and I will go ahead and roll that in 10 seconds. I'm going to roll for who wins a Tailspire license. And again, this will not disqualify you from winning, from being an entrant into the box set for Dark Sun. A couple things I want to mention. Tomorrow night, we will have an amazing Lore Masters Arcanum. So here on Blue Box, we have campaigns that run on Sunday. Sunday is our Troll Lord Games-based World of Aird, and Tears of Aird is that campaign. That plays Sundays at 1 o'clock, and that's a fantastic crew as well. What's different about that game from the other Blue Box games is that that's actually an in-person game. So it's here in the room. All the players join me in the room, and it is a lot of fun, and hope that you guys can join us. Then tomorrow night, Lore Masters Arcanum is our talk show. It's kind of a variety talk show. We interview people. I have 2 great co-hosts, Robert Phantom NJ and then Vivi. The DM's Quest, who also has played in our campaigns. Tomorrow night's topic is Beholders, and we're going to talk all about Beholders, Beholder ecology, how to role-play Beholders, the powers of Beholders, different types of Beholders, how to run them in your games. It's going to be a really fun topic. Tomorrow night's show will go from 5:30 to about 7 Central. And then Fridays, we have Friday Night Crusades in our Discord. That's a Castles and Crusades TLG-based game in Discord only, not streamed. And it's so easy. You can jump in there and you can play in a heartbeat. Robert, our fantastic DM, will help you get started, and you can play in that game any Friday night. If you can't come one week and you can come the next week, it's super low key, and that's Friday Night Crusades. And then every other week, we have Fall of Red Dawn, run by DM Rory on Sundays, following our Tears of Aird. So there are 4 chances, 3 chances every week, and sometimes 4 chances in a week to catch Blue Box, and each stream has its own flavor. All the players are fantastic, and almost all the DMs are fantastic. Rory, no, I'm kidding. Rory's actually awesome, and he's got his machine working beautifully now, which it wasn't early on. Thank you guys again for all the hype trains, and the next giveaway for the box set, pardon me, for the Tailspire license, the winner of the Tailspire license is King Kothar. King Kothar, I don't think you've ever won. I don't remember seeing your name in a giveaway. Are you in the chat? If you are, then all you need to do is jump in our Discord and message Mystical Unicorn Painting or me, and we'll get you a key. That Tailspire license will be yours. So just let us know if you're in the chat, King Kothar. If not, I'll roll again, because we want to make sure we give these out. Waiting. Give it a couple more moments. King Kothar, are you still there? Been a follower for quite some time, since March of 2021. No, he's not in. Oh, that's a bummer. All right. Well, if anybody sees him in later, if he's back in later, let me know, and I will still give him one. I don't want to, if maybe his, the internet disconnected, whatever. So we'll do that. All right. So let's roll it again. The winner of the Tailspire gift code is Scott, Obsidian Risk. Scott, are you still in the chat? Let us know if you are. I don't know what that is, but I suspect it should be probably nuked in our chat. Mods? I don't know.
It's an Amazon link to Tiny Rats.
Yay, Tiny Rats!
All right, congrats,
it's all Josh's fault.
Scott.
Yeah, that's all my fault.
You
Sorry,
are it. You have won the Tailspire license, Scott. We'll make sure we get that. Okay. All right. Back to the game.
Wait, he's won the license?
Scott did. Obsidian Risk.
Oh, good job, Scott. Love you, man. Sorry, I'm looking at rats.
All right, Josh. as the crowd erupts with a cheer. And the blazing desert sun beats down. You feel the thunder of the chorus of cries, their voices raised in a fevered, almost reverential pitch, as though there is about to be some sort of religious ceremony that happens here on these sands. Kalak, for you, this is an extremely disorienting sensation. The vibrations coming through your antenna, the feeling you've been in combats before, but never have you seen something like this. How is Kalak reacting to this?
Kalak, it's almost like he's being blinded by all of the energy coming in and the vibrations in the ground. And so he's just trying to focus on the sand. And as he really sinks his feet into it to become grounded. And as he touches the sand and sees the blood and sees the bones, he kind of starts to sway a little bit. And the hunt is on.
All right, and as you prepare for the hunt, you see this monstrous half-giant standing across the sands. You've seen his type before. As he lumbers through, the sunlight gleams off a bone sword that he wields and a Mechalot carapace strapped to his back with leather straps around his chest. His legs thick-hewn, his arms massive, his bald pate gleaming in the sun. Tick, as you step in, you see Kalak standing across the sands. Tick, what are you doing?
As I enter into this area, adjusting my feet in the sand, just sturdying my foundation, looking across. Have I ever seen, or do I know of what he is?
Yeah, you've seen Thrycreen before.
Okay. Do I know of their capabilities, like as far as reading minds?
Yes, you know that Thrycreen are almost without fail psionically empowered, at least for communication.
Okay.
Sometimes much more than that.
So as I look around, I hear the crowd cheer, still very stoic in my stature, both face and just my massive size. Very much of a, to think of his shape, very much that V, right? That classic physique of a bodybuilder. Just massive, and he lifts up this giant bone sword, circling to the crowd, raising his hands, purposely trying to get them louder and louder.
As you do this, the crowd reacts, and so does the Thrycreen as he springs across the soil. And as we get ready to begin the combat, we're going to go ahead and have you guys roll for initiative, please.
So 1d6?
Uh-huh.
1d4 for you, 1d6 for me.
Yeah.
That evens the odds for me.
Yeah.
3.
6.
Okay. All right. So as he moves, it will be you first, Tick. And as the crowd reacts to your cheering and the fight is clearly on, there is adulation coming to you from the crowd. Tick, what do you do?
I charge in. How far am I from the Thrycreen?
So let's see.
60 feet?
Well, let's measure it here just so you have an accurate amount. So we're going to pull up our tool here, and you are, yes, you're about 75 feet.
75 feet. So not all that sure how fast he can go, but I know if I travel fully in, he's going to reach me.
Correct.
But I know that. No, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because we're still playing with our normal movement and attack mechanics, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I will move and dash, so I'll go 60 feet.
So you're going to run straight toward him.
Straight towards him, bearing that sword ready to attack him with it.
All right, as you put your head down, your feet churning against the sand, it feels uneven to you in places. You can feel there is something beneath the flooring in spots. You sprint past a pair of huge pillars of stone adorned with carvings of previous gladiators in their glory. As your legs power and churn through the sand, what are you doing, Kalak?
And sorry, it turns out I have a 40-foot movement speed, so I'll go 80 feet.
All right, so he is sprinting towards you. He's obviously got the jump, but he's not going to get 80 feet before you move. So what are you doing?
Kalak, I'm going to probe him while he's running, just to see if I'm trying to say something to him in his mind.
You find his mind is wide open.
Your shame will stain the sand, mighty one. And as he's running, I'm going to throw a tchotchke. Like, I'm going to wait for him to get within 30 feet, then throw a tchotchke at him.
Okay. All right. So you're holding your action. He's going to get within about 30 feet of you. As you're rushing forward, Tick, you see the Thri-kreen. He wields this strange-looking double-bladed weapon with two hands, and then beneath it he holds these three-pointed stars. You think you've heard the name of them, but you can't quite recall what it is. Viewers, they're called tchotchke. And those hands throw. Go ahead and make your attack to hit. And what is your armor class, Tick?
Because of the leather armor, it is now a 15.
A 15. Go ahead and roll to hit, Kalak.
Okay, and I'm not dual throwing or anything like that.
Right.
I hit AC 13.
All right, roll your damage.
Wait. You got a 13?
Oh, you hit an AC.
I rolled 10, and I have a +3, so I hit AC 13.
Yeah, okay, he has AC. So you missed then. Yeah. All right, so you throw.
But wait, as I throw it, it goes out, it whistles past you, goes around the pillar, and then I catch it.
Just as he said, and just like that, the half giant is upon you, and the two of you are engaged mere feet from Kalak's entry gate, and we go to initiative again.
This is going to be a short fight.
Come on.
Yeah, I've got one good hit in me from him.
Come on.
4.
2.
Yes.
All right, you have initiative. Kalak, what are you doing?
I'm going to throw a tchotchke at him, and then I'm going to slash him with my Githka.
Okay, roll.
Come on, Tick.
Am I too close for him to throw one of those at me?
They are throwing ranged weapons, and my as long as you're not base to base with me, but you're 10 feet away, I think.
Yeah, because you had just enough range to get right in front of him.
So this is going to be quite a bit. So I rolled a natural 16 plus 1 for 17.
That's a hit.
And so damage on this is 1d6 plus... I maxed out.
Goodbye, Tick.
Minus the fact that it's bone, right? So 10 minus 2 for 8.
All right, so 8 points. He slashes, opening up a cut across your upper thigh. Blood leaks out into the sand. Tick, even so, you feel the tendrils of the psionic mind of this Thri-kreen pressing at you. What do you do?
I've got another swing in me, so... How hurt does he look after that?
He's the sand is nice and red under him.
Okay. There's definitely a probing.
When entering into this particular arena, John.
Yes.
Was it a complex way of getting in here, or is it fairly cut and dry as far as entrance to exit of this arena?
Well, you didn't come in through the main entrances of the arena, so you're not sure exactly how it is to get to the main entrances. You were brought in through the bowels of the arena. You were bound, and you had a covering over your hood. When you came up from your slave pens, it was a winding warren that came up into the Athasian Sands. But you've never actually come in through the main entrances, so you don't know.
Oh, well, then I am taking a swing. And do I have any? What pluses do I have?
Do we alternate attacks?
Yeah.
If I have 2.
No. You should go. You should make your second attack. Go ahead. No, actually, no. Because you're doing 2.
I'm holding it. I'm
Yes.
actively, like, I'm probing you, and you can tell I'm waiting before I swing.
All right. Go ahead. Tick.
Okay.
Like I'm doing like a big exaggerated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, I would have gone for the door behind you, but
You know they both closed. I mentioned they both slammed
Oh,
shut.
did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of the doors
Well-
slammed shut. That was what I did right before we went to break.
well then there's only one way out of here. So I'm gonna take a swing, and I have 6 +1, so I'm gonna take an advantage on that.
Okay.
When he's swinging, can I choose to use mine?
Well, yes, but it's still going to go because you're getting 2 attacks in the round, so your second
Okay.
attack is going to go after his attack.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to swing to attack.
Well, it's fun playing a Thri-Crane.
That gives me. So I picked a great sword because of that. That's what you said the equivalent was here. But
Right.
I have to minus off of that, right? 'Cause it's a
Correct. Yes.
bone.
It should already be
so-
set up in your app too.
Yeah. So I have a 22 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
That hits.
Okay. And I minus the 2 off the hit.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's a 20 to hit.
Okay. What's your armor class?
17.
Okay. It's a hit.
And then in here the damage stay the same because it's
No, it's still,
3d6.
still going to be no. What'd you say?
It's the great sword is 3d6.
No,
so what
only
would
against
the
large
equivalent be?
creatures. It's a 1d10 against a regular sized creature. But you have your minus for your bone weapon, but you still have your bonus for your strength.
Kalak's got this. This is an easy hit.
Plus to my strength.
This ain't nothing.
So that'd be 4 on the die plus 6 for the strength minus 2 for the bone.
So 8
correct?
points.
So that's 8.
Okay.
Oh, man.
He slashes. Chunk, a big chunk comes out of your carapace, rocking you back. John, I sent you a Discord message as well. Oh,
Gotcha,
you did? All right.
gotcha.
Rocking
hear
you
this
back on
big
your heels.
roar. You hear this big roar come from Tick as he just swings double-handed across at you.
Oh man, so you strike my carapace and you see it like crack. Like usually you're used to like a wet kind of splattering noise, and then maybe you'll hear bone if you break it. But this is the inverse, where there's like this sickening crack, and then you hear kind of like a squelching as yellow ichor starts flowing from my carapace.
Nice. All right. Let's go to initiative then.
Also, while I roll initiative, John, do I have reach?
Do you have reach? Yes, of course.
Do I get my second
like
attack?
I can hit from 10 feet away reach.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
but he also has a pretty good reach with this weapon, this two-handed weapon that he's wielding, and he's oddly shaped. You know, he can lean forward, that abdomen sticks out. Right. So you have more reach than he does, but he has more reach than a normal human combatant would as well.
Okay.
Do I get my second attack?
Oh yes, you didn't take your second attack. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. Oh, and John, did you tell everybody about the cosplay with the lights? And I don't think we caught that earlier.
Not yet.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it or not, but we went from green, where everything's like nice and cool, to like the murderous red. And actually,
Good to know.
yeah, I'm gonna swing the Githka. But I am going to choose to do no damage.
Okay.
And so I'll swing it, just like the kind of the flat of it, and
Right.
like hit him in the. I don't know if you've like let me, or if I need to roll or anything
No.
for this, but I want to do like a fey attack against him,
Okay.
like a fake attack.
All right.
And then as I do, you notice that his eyes turn gold, and he doesn't say anything to you. Yeah, he doesn't say anything to you, and he looks like he's getting ready to like move. So that'll be the end of Kalak's action.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Initiative.
3.
1.
All right. You have it. What do you do, Tick?
Following through from that swing when I just hit you, Kalak, the sword is going to continue, but my hands will open up as the sword then flies out of my hands, landing in the sand. As you'll see my massive arms just open up, all 11 feet of my wingspan opening up as I charge directly at you to grapple you and pin you to the ground.
Okay. Now, you do not have
improved
in grapple, so that means you provoke an attack of opportunity. As you see the 11-foot half-giant lunge forward, his massive arms, you see he's left himself open, Kalak.
I'm gonna take a swing. You feel like I'm probing you some more, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna swing with the Chachka. I'm just gonna try to like a almost like it's a punching dagger, and hit him in the side with it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
And again, I'm not going to be doing like full damage or anything.
Right.
AC 13.
Nope. All right. So you're going to make your grappling attempt, Tick. So yeah, you're going to roll. You're going to add your CMB. What is your combat maneuver defense, John?
My combat maneuver defense, it's normal. I've got it here. It's crazy. 19.
19. Okay. So go ahead and roll against. You got to beat a 19 with your roll and your CMB.
That's great, because mine's 20. Not my CMB, my CMD is 20. So I got a natural 20 plus 8.
Wow! Whoa! All right, so a nat 20 on the grapple roll.
Mind you, my strength, John, that of a 20 times of a man of a silverback.
Really, Rory, I mean, have I not given you enough kudos to how large and strong you are?
I have an 18 strength.
This isn't viewers, what you're watching here is the repressed frustration of a man who has played 3-foot-tall characters for 3 years. He is enjoying this so much.
I need Kalak to understand.
All right, so I need you to roll to confirm if you have done a crit on this.
Okay.
Crit grapple.
Yeah, there's crit grappling. Absolutely, there is.
Grapple.
Have you ever seen someone get their neck snapped? There's absolutely crit grappling.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it. So 12.
Okay. So yeah, you reach down. What's your armor class again, Kalak?
19.
19. You reach down. You grab him. You feel his arms enfold you in a crushing grasp. Your carapace crunches. You are both now in a grappled state. And we're using the traditional grappling rules here. We will be using the dungeon grappling we talked about in last week's LMA. If you missed it, go watch our Lore Masters Arcanum. We'll be using those rules soon, but tonight we're keeping it simple. As he grabs you, however, Kalak, you feel something shift. Tick, you feel something shifting underneath your feet. And to your shock, there is suddenly an immense pain that bursts underneath your feet as the sand bursts up and a wall juts from the sand, striking right underneath Tick's feet, knocking Kalak to one side of the wall. And both of you, I need you to make a reflex save. This is going to be a reflex save, DC 14, as these spikes come up from the sand.
I'm pretty sure they just totally spiked him.
Boo.
But you're in gold. I should be protected, right? You've got me.
No, it came right. You guys were standing on that wall. Your fault. Your fault, not my fault. You stood right on that wall. So it comes up. It severs the two of you as you're struck.
Let's see.
You either let go or you hold on. If you hold on, you're getting carried up, and it's presumable. I mean, I'm assuming you would let go. And so I need your DC. What was yours, Kalak?
I got a 17.
Okay. Kalak,
18.
you 18? All right, both of you bounce out of the way, and you see this wall is up, and it looks like it goes 30 feet in each direction. We're going to go out of initiative for the moment. Just tell me what you're doing. The crowd cheers. There's a smile. You hear Dremius, the Dazzling. His voice comes over the arena again. Isn't it wonderful, audience? Do you see the glories of Sorcerer King Kalak? Does he not bring you goodness and joy? What do you do?
Oh, man. So I think Kalak is going to head towards that pile of wood over there.
Okay. And you can't see each other, so Rory, if you're going to choose a direction, try not to meta it. What are you doing, Tick?
How tall are the walls? Can he see over it?
No. These wall. I mean, he can jump and look over it if he wants to, but the wall's about 12 feet tall.
Okay, so he is pretty tall.
Yeah. See, you can see he can't see over the wall, but I mean, if you want, you could, Tick, if you want to like get up and hold and like pull yourself up, you can look over the wall. What do you choose to do?
So I threw my sword, and I would guess from where we were grappled, and if I threw it straight to the left, it's either going to be on the wall or out of my view.
Roll 1 to 3. Roll a d6 rather. 1 to 3, it's on the left side of the wall. 4 to 6, it fell on the right side of the wall.
It's on the right side of the wall.
Okay, so it's on the side that Kalak is on. Kalak, you're actually running straight toward the giant's sword.
So I'm going to reach up. Are these wood spikes? Are they metal spikes?
They're wood spikes on top of a stone wall that just jutted up out of the sand. Some of the sand is still dribbling off the sides.
So I'm going to reach up with both my hands, grab a spike in each hand, and attempt to break them off. Just to give me 2 wooden spikes.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. Just roll d20 and tell me what you get.
On the die is 9 plus 6.
Okay, no, so you reach up. Boom! Your 2 hands grab hold, wrapping. These look like large pencils in your hand. You snap off 2 of these wooden spikes. Each of them are about 4 feet long, and they're now in your hands like daggers.
Perfect. And then, knowing that my sword is out of my view, I would assume that whoever I'm fighting is smart enough to pick up a powerful weapon like that. I am going to go the other way.
Okay, so you turn and run the opposite direction. All right, we'll resolve this round. We'll give you a full 40 feet of movement. We'll make the snapping of the spikes your attack. Kalak, you run past the sword. Do you pick up the blade from the sands?
No.
You run past it?
What would I need a trace for?
I didn't think so.
I want to get to that pile of wood, and I want to kind of climb up on it so I can see where he went.
You could use his greatsword as a ladder.
So climbing up this wood, you can't. You'd have to get on top of a spike to see over that wall. It's not high enough for you to peer. So you're going to climb up on the spikes. Okay. Your hardened carapace makes such a thing possible for you. So Kalak, you scrabble up the wooden spikes, and as you peer over the surface, over the top, you do see the giant, his Mechalot carapace receding in the sunlight as he runs to the opposite end of the wall. And now we're going to go to initiative.
Okay.
Don't worry, other players, I have not forgotten you.
3.
I'm happy.
I got a 3.
All right, and what did you have, Tick?
3.
All right, roll again, gentlemen.
Oh, man.
6.
2.
All right, you have it, Kalak. You have first action. You see him coming around the corner. What do you do?
Kill him.
Kalak.
We can do this again. I'm just gonna stand ready up on the thing with both of my tchotchkes and just wait.
Okay.
If he gets within 30 feet of me, I'm gonna throw.
All right. Once again, Tick, what are you doing? You see him just waiting, and he's got
spinning them.
Spinning these things on his fingers.
Well, I might not be the most intelligent of the average-minded people, but I'm not that dumb. I've been there and it hurt. So I will keep some distance. These if I take a swipe, or have I noticed any rocks in the ground, or are they? Is it just sand?
No. I'm sorry. I should have better explained this. Yeah. So it is primarily sand, but you see debris, you see rocks, you see chunks of wood and stone. There are ample objects of brutality scattered all about the arena.
Okay, perfect. So I will just add these two spikes. No, I'll add one. I'll just drop one. Keep holding one, but I'll reach down and just grab a decent-sized rock.
Okay.
And throw that at him.
Okay, all right. So you see the giant, he picks up a good size, he picks up a good sized stone, and you're gonna make a melee attack. So this will just be dex bonus, base attack, and random weapon that you've pulled. We're gonna do a -2 to that as you throw it. So you pick up the rock, you hurl it.
Well, and its strength, or the distance, whatever.
Yes.
If you're beyond a certain point, you've got.
Yes, it just, so I'm going to do a kind of an auto calculation for time here. Thank you very much, Tracy. Tick, you just got +2 from Tracy.
Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Okay, so I got a 12 on the die. I got a +2 to my dex. And what else am I adding?
So it's 14, and then your base attack bonus is?
1. So 15.
So 15, yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered either way. You pick up the big, and it's such a long throw, and you see these compound eyes glowing, and Kalak doesn't even shift. He just twists his torso, and the rock goes right past him. But you do not see the half giant close on you, Kalak. What do you do?
And would you hear the rock go by you? Although I was off by a good distance, you hear the rock go by you. Feel the wind.
Okay, so Kalak is gonna he's gonna extremely gracefully extend himself straight up, all of his arms straight up, and he's gonna turn to the crowd and do one of these numbers. And then I'm gonna try to hit him from here with one of my Chachka.
All right, as you raise your hands to the crowd, you hear a mix of cheers and jeers, and one plucky audience member shouts out, "Down with the sack snatcher!" Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw both. I'll just do 2.
Okay.
And he is outside of the normal distance.
Yes, he is. So you're gonna add.
So
yeah.
I think he's. I don't know what how the penalties work, but
at that distance, you're going to be at a -2 on your base roll.
Okay, so I have -1 to hit with each of these.
Okay.
18.
Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah.
And an 11.
That misses.
No, that one misses. Yeah.
Okay, roll damage. Six points.
This three-pointed star glints through the sunlight, end over end. Thunk! It sinks right into your midsection, pierces through the leather armor. You feel blood welling up on your abdomen. Tick, are you still conscious?
You see me quickly put my hand down on that spot, grasping it and trying to cup it, holding it in place. At the same time, holding my stance, you see my feet start to dig into the dirt, widening my base as I start to rock. And staring at you, I drop to a knee, and then my second knee, and I land face in the dirt. I'm down. I'm down.
Okay. So, Kalak, as you have thrown this, you see it sink. You see the giant absorb the blow. Looks as though he starts to take another step, and then as he begins to slowly crumple, you see first one knee go down, then the other. Kalak, what are you doing, or what are you thinking or seeing as you're watching this happen?
I know that he's probably about to go unconscious, and so I'm just going to penetrate like the defenses of his mind, if he even had any at all. And I'm going to say, no Templar to save you, no guards to help you stand. You need a friend. You need Pack. You're strong. Find me. And I'm gonna walk over and like the act that would probably make him go unconscious.
Wait, everybody watch this.
Watch
this. Everybody watch this. This is super cool. We'll do these automatically later. But as Tick goes down. So
it's Fortnite emoji.
This is a pretty cool feature. I'm sorry I'm breaking immersion here, but I want our fans to know we'll have the ability to actually let you guys trigger some of these super cool animations. But in this case, Tick thunders to the ground. You hear these words in your mind, Tick, as you fall to the ground. You need Pack as the bug approaches. However, you hear the crowd get louder. There are cries for blood. Dramius the Dazzling calls out to the crowd, "The bug, the sack snatcher, has failed the child chomper. Shall we not see this creature of the wild felled for good? Surely, Lord Kalak, you will not offer him mercy. What say you?" As all the crowd turns toward Kalak, you see the wizened hand of this sorcerer king come up with a thumb held sideways. And you feel the pressure, the weight. Kalak, though you have never experienced this, you know what's about to happen, and you know you would be compelled or would die based on what is said here. And with that, we're going to pause, and we're going to go to the rest of our party. All right, Inala, Lucius, and Nida, as you are wandering the sands, it has now been several hours, and you see the sun falling lower and lower in the sky, but still not offering any respite of rest. Still warm, still great heat coming from the surface of the sands, which will retain that heat for some time. And as you walk along, the sun glows on the horizon behind you, and you see Inala just sort of subconsciously touching at the scars on her face as she walks, as she does this occasionally.
When Lucius sees this, he's going to start singing. At first, he's just going to speak these words, and then they're going to find a melody. At this point, he's not playing his lute. He's just trying to ease her a little bit with her self-consciousness, maybe. Onward through the scorching sands, with each step a burning brand, the sun beats down with a fiery might, and all around is desert sight. We march through the endless heat, our paths ahead dusty sheet. Each breath we take is like a flame as we wander without aim. The sun above, a ruthless king, its rays like spears, its heat a sting. We'll trudge on through this endless land as if it were grains of sand. Our thirst and hunger are constant foes as we trek through the desert's woes. But still we march with heads held high and aim to reach the other side. For through the journey may be rough and the road ahead may seem tough. We carry on with all our might through the desert's endless sight. Onward through the scorching sand, with each step a burning brand. The sun may beat us down with might, but we will march on until the night. And through that, the melody just kind of moves through your body. You might have never heard something like this, with his ability to sing much better than I can speak it. His voice just kind of flows through you.
Go ahead and roll D20, if you would, please. We're going to do a quick performance check. type hashtag BlueBoxRPG. We're going to do our next entry into the giveaway. We've drawn 3 so far. We're going to do our 4th drawing. Right? We've done 3, I believe. Is that right? We're going to do our 4th. Or have we done?
So that was, I rolled a 16 and I have a +7 for singing.
As she recites these words, and Becca, good job playing a new, never played a bard before, but the voice of Lucius is honeyed. His movements are dexterous, they are strong, and yet strangely, almost at times appearing feminine in some of his movements. His face, a contrast to his chiseled and muscular torso, his face so beautiful to behold, and his honeyed voice as it rings out, it's soothing as you move through the sands, and it surprises even you, Anala, though this clearly has the accent of a Sky Singer elf. You still feel the words deeply.
As Anala listens, she, as the song washes over, she stumbles slightly, and her shoulders just relax, and you can just visibly see all her muscles just relax as she doesn't stop, but tilts her head a little bit, listening, and just wondering, watching him as he does this.
Through his song, he will not be looking at you. He doesn't want you to feel self-conscious, so Lucius will just continue to walk on.
As you continue to trudge through the desert, Nida, you watch this exchange, and you feel your legs weary, your skin raw. But you note first, as they're having this exchange, there appears to be a form in the sand ahead, something on the ground, perhaps 30, 40 yards distant.
You're muted.
Anala, ahead of us.
Anala immediately.
There's something. I don't.
Anala will immediately, her head will snap towards the past Lucian, just watching, looking for what it is that Anala has seen, or that Nida has seen.
He's infected you with getting him wrong.
He has.
It's all John's fault.
I do that, sorry. Guilty. Okay.
Lucius's hand will move to his weapon. Just on his hip, he has his double-edged blade.
Nida will take a pair of very intricately carved wooden sticks off her back and just hold them in a way that Anala has taught her, though not with any particular good technique. She is not a fighter, but she has weapons.
Okay. Do you approach or do you stop?
But Anala doesn't stop. Anala goes right for it. She's not stopping.
All right, is everyone else following, or is Anala by herself?
I'll follow Anala.
Lucius?
He'll stay up by Anala and kind of, even though he's not a huge fan, he will kind of guard Nadia. He's appreciative of her help, so he'll try and stand in between whatever that is and her.
All right. Each of you roll d20 for me, please. Give me your raw result. Thank you, Mad Chatters. 5 seconds, I'll do the next name, hashtag BlueBoxRPG. This is to enter you in the giveaway for our Dark Sun box set, our grand prize giveaway tonight, 1991 original, not a reprint, the original box set. Hashtag, thank you, Mr. Potato Butt, for the sub. Thank you earlier for the sub, City Guard. All right, what are your, yeah, sorry, we got some pretty funny names. 2, all right.
15.
15.
I rolled a nat 20.
A nat 20.
Yeah.
Anala, as you look ahead, you see a figure laying in the sand. It looks like a body. It looks like the form of perhaps an elf or a human.
Does it look like it's like? Can I see any movement on it at all? Like chest moving up and down, or?
Because you have that nat 20, even from this distance, you can see the gentle rise and fall of the chest, but it does look slow, and you can actually see there is some blood in the sand surrounding the figure.
Gonna tilt her head to where she knows that Knight is standing and just go. Looks hurt. Still alive.
All right, the next entrant into the giveaway is, if you see your name you have not won, you will be rolled for at the end of the stream. You may have won, and it is City Guard of Hebron, who just subbed. That's awesome. If your name is in there earlier, it's still in there. I have not erased any of the names. They're all in there.
Dude, good job.
So congrats, you are in the giveaway, and good to see you again, my friend. I think it's been a minute. Good to see you in. You will be in the giveaway at the end of the stream. Go ahead and keep typing. Was that our fourth, Manda? Does anyone know? Maybe one of I lost track. Was it fourth? That was our fourth. So we'll draw 3 more names for that before the end of the stream. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. Go ahead. Continue.
Nida, as soon as she hears like someone is hurt and they're still alive, is going to now, despite being very tired, her legs aching, is going to run as best as she physically can across the sand. As she's not nearly as fast as the other two and not used to running on sand. So it's a little awkward, despite her usually being very graceful. She's just gone straight into we got someone to help mode. And the first thing she's going to do is both of her arms, the tattoos fully light up. There's a drop of water kind of creating filling her palm on both sides. As soon as she reaches this figure, it's going to reach down and cast Stabilize.
Okay, so before she reaches the figure, Anala, you realize with a little bit of you see Nida go rushing past you, starting to run toward this figure. Nida or Anala, what are you doing?
Oh, as soon as she moves past me, my hand is like grabbing out and then grabbing her by the wrist to stop her from getting too far.
Okay. So,
if possible, Lucius will step in front of her.
All right, so as Anala grabs, Lucius, I'll allow that because Anala has grabbed. And we won't even do a grapple check. We know how that's going to work out for you, Nida. Tell everyone what your strength is.
Nida has 8 strength. She is no muscles.
She is all dex and comeliness and no strength.
All dex, no strength.
Lucius steps in front of you, his glistening abs eye level with you.
Nida, like, full, because she's going full tilt, isn't very good at stopping. Just slams into his body, which she doesn't weigh that much. She's only 5'8". It probably makes very little indent.
He will be facing away from you, like he will have stepped into you, so that way you go into his back, because he's not going to take his eyes off of this person.
You thunk into his dusty cloak. Forget the glistening abs. Sorry, you missed that.
It's okay.
We might have some new buns of GHA or Greyhawk, so
Greyhawk's ass.
Yeah.
Dark Sun's ass.
All right, so what are you doing?
The Dark Moons.
Don't shine.
Nida feels Anala's hand on her arm and kind of like pulls at it a bit. Not enough to break out, but just this incredulous look at her friend.
My hand's gonna tighten and like glare back at you, just like, no. We go together, slowly.
Lucius will just suggest we should just leave it. Keep going.
No.
She won't.
It is not worth our time.
You
We
can
do not have enough for this. We cannot protect ourselves out here. We need to keep going.
Do we know about how far, John? Do we know about how far we are from here at this point?
You would guess you are. Lucius would know this best, and you've been communicating it all along the way. You would guess you're probably 2 to 3 hours south of Tyr at this point.
Cool.
The sun is setting. We need to go. Leave it.
That is not how the Vita-san work. If you were lying in the sand, I would heal you. Does not matter who you are, does not matter where you are from, you are worthy of healing.
Lucius will look above your head and look over, tilt his head a little bit, and look over to Amanda. Sorry, I can't remember your character's name. Anala, sorry.
Gosh.
Looking over to Anala and just kind of expectingly and wanting her to agree with him.
Look at Edna. Leave it. It's too dangerous.
You think it's so dangerous, come with me. But I am going to help. And you know I am going to help.
Lucius will look back at her and I can pick her up. We can continue on.
She looks at you like she's considering it, telling you to do it, and goes, She looks back at Nida. You have one try.
That's all I need.
She doesn't let you go, but she walks with you.
That's fine. She doesn't try and get out of your grasp. She understands that Anala's doing her job.
Lucius will step to the side and kind of just shake his head and walk alongside.
As you step to the side, Anala looks at you and she just gives you a nod, like, yeah, as if say, yeah, if we need to, you pick her up and we go.
That's just gonna be like standard procedure for Nida.
Just knock her out and go.
Doesn't take very much to knock her out.
How much does Nida weigh?
Nida weighs 145 pounds, I think. Maybe
John?
I don't remember what I wrote.
Would Lucius be able to...
Remind me of your strength, Lucius.
11.
I mean,
weakling.
I mean, 145 pounds is a lot for you. It's not that you couldn't. I mean, you can't like curl that. But if you could get her over your shoulder, you could struggle for a few feet. What is your goal?
Just to kind of get her up and away, leave it.
Yeah. Oh, get her.
Well, so are you going to attempt?
Not yet. I just want to know if it's possible.
You're looking at her. You're not sure. Maybe.
Okay. We're not looking to curl her. We're looking to scoop down and fling her over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes and go.
So, Anala, are you doing anything as you see this?
Nida's not going to.
Sorry.
Nida, as she approaches, isn't going to get in touch range to start, because I read stabilize wrong and it's within close range.
Right.
Is going to begin casting that stabilization magic if Anala wanted.
Well, you're still not close enough for a close range. Go ahead. So again.
Once we're in it.
So is Lucius going to allow Anala? You see Lucius looking like he's going to pick Nida up. I'm trying to figure out what you guys are doing here in this little circle.
Yeah.
Nida wants to get there. Lucius is trying to stop her, maybe even pick her up. What's Anala doing?
No, we said we were letting her go. We're walking with her.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, so you're letting her go. Okay.
Yes.
We're walking with her. If needed, Lucius is going to pick her up.
Okay.
If it goes south, she's going over my shoulder.
Yeah.
All right, then you all stay close as Nida moves forward and you get within about 10 feet, and you can see the shallow shallow breathing of what looks like a human woman laying in the sand, her form surrounded with cuts and blood.
First thing Nida's going to do is that stabilization, so she's no longer like bleeding out. So casting Stabilize It Close and looking, trying to assess where the most blood is coming from, where the biggest wounds are that need to be dealt with. Okay.
All right. As you do this, go ahead and you're using. I'm sorry. This is a skill
This is a cantrip.
A cantrip. Okay. All right.
Turn for it.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So an orison would be the case for a cleric. Yeah. So all right. So you cast your or you feel and describe for the three of them what they see as you do this.
So again, her arms light back up, the same bits of water, and they don't just light up, they seem to shimmer and shift, becoming almost liquid on her arms, as both her palms fill with a small amount of water that then leaves her palms in two little globes, and begins to sink into some of those wounds as it glows just ever so faintly.
As you do this, you see the wounds do begin to heal just a bit. The chest shudders, and there is a weak kind of movement as the figure rolls over. Then two forms burst from the sand on either side, spraying sand all about, and you are now surrounded. The figure on the ground sprints up, and we're going to cut back over to Zephatok. All right.
No.
Zeph, you have churned as quickly as you can through the streets of Tyr. You're out of breath. You're knocking people out of the way everywhere that you go. And eventually you find yourself standing before the giant gates. There are entrances on either side. The side gates are closed. Only the main entrance remains open. As you reach it, you can see there are still patrons that are coming and going. You see a giant mechalot parked outside that has the caravan top sitting on it. Clearly, some noble has traveled this way. You see a massive half-giant woman that stands inside the doorway. And as you approach, what do you do?
I'm going to be trying to go left from the gate.
Okay.
That's where I was told to go. Inside and go left.
All right. You rush past several people. As you do so, the half-giant regards you as you approach with a spear. She holds the spear out.
You, what are you doing?
You see, John, I didn't get this far and didn't think there would be a guard. Trying to enter the arena?
Why in such a hurry?
Because the arena fights are going on? Why are you stopping me?
You're carrying a weapon and moving quickly. You look dangerous.
That is profiling.
Is that your diplomacy effort there?
That's his hands are out, sweating. Let me get out of the sun.
Okay, go ahead and roll d20. Add your diplomacy.
Okay. That blue die is helping me out. I don't think I've got a good diplomacy. Diplomacy. Yeah, no, that's a straight 17.
17 on the die, or straight, or total of 17?
17 on the die, no additive.
Oh, you have a okay. All right. So as you say this to her, she gives you kind of a tap to her palm. Universal symbol. You know what this means.
Money.
You're so sharp, Josh. How'd you figure that out?
He's like, He's thumbing and moving around this crescent bone symbol. How much?
She holds up 10 fingers, kind of looks around surreptitiously.
And he's, of course, trying to, like, not make it obvious, but obviouser of him holding the crescent bone. He's pretty sure this is not the one he's supposed to give it to, but just in case they've moved around the guard at all. He starts rooting around. John, I never got how much money he has.
You have this, so what she's holding up is 10 ceramic pieces. I'll give you your coin. You have 40 ceramic pieces in your pouch, so that's not a problem for you.
Okay. And ceramics, how much? Like, which one?
A CP is the main unit. There are 10 bits in a ceramic piece. 10 ceramics equal 1 silver. 100 would be equivalent to what? So it's
got 40 copper.
You got 40.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he just reaches around and just like puts whatever coins he grabs in his hand into her hands. Which, let's see. Nope. And nope. And okay, so that's going to be 9 in total that he just plops down, and he's going to try and just move past her.
She grunts and kind of gives you a little bump with the butt of her spear, and sends you along your way. So you turn to the left. As you move to the left, you see an assortment of stalls. You see a handful of people that are not currently inside the arena. You hear the cheers of the crowd. Then there's a groan and almost a hushed tone. Something is happening inside the arena. The crowd has actually gone silent. You make your way past a woman that is ornately dressed, clearly someone of importance. She has a shimmering silken dress, and she looks at you and sneers as you walk by. And she holds her nose as though a stench from you as you pass.
He sneers right back. He just kind of like, she looks, she's like, like in the same reaction to her, but just keeps on moving fast, trying to get to that left side and find this giant in front of the iron gate.
Well, as you walk past her, you actually do see there is a hulking figure, slightly shorter than your friend Tick, but with extremely dark skin, hair pulled back, giant hair thick, coarse, often coveted for the making of rope. Giant hair rope, extremely valuable. He has a long tail that comes behind, holds a heavy wooden club that's been embedded with bone spikes that rests easily on the shoulders. Huge gut, but ample muscle as well as he leans indolently against the wall. Eyes you as you approach.
Zephatok will go in for the kind of warrior's grasp. But as he's doing so, he'll flip up the hand slightly to where the crescent bone can be shown. And if he'll grasp, then as he's pulling back, he'll leave it in his hand. Her hand.
This is a him. As you step forward, at first you see that club comes out, begins to, like, as though to stave you off. You don't get that close and kind of holds you at distance. A challenging look.
He actually, then instead of that, he's just going to like throw it to him.
You reach in and, remembering the words of the strange woman that you met on the streets of the market, where indicated that with the fortunes of Rawl, it would be their man that was standing at this door. Let's see how the fortunes of Rawl are feeling this day.
May the Rawls be with you.
As you fling the bone crescent moon toward the creature, the half-giant looks startled for a moment, pulls the club back. When the eyes catch what it is that goes end over end in the air, you see there's a startled glance. And when it clinks to the ground, steps out with his foot, touches it, rests it on the crescent, Reaches over, grabs the latch of the door, opens it. It yawns into a passageway behind, and the giant steps forward, gives you a wink, leaving your ceramic half moon on the ground and the door open behind you as the giant blocks the view.
And he will just definitely slip inside. It's definitely as a 9 foot tall, but just slinking inside to try and move.
All right. Do you pick up the crescent or do you leave it?
Oh, I thought I was supposed to give it to him, but if not, he will pick it up.
No, he left it on the ground.
Okay, then yeah, he'll definitely he'll bow as if in reverence and will kind of sweep his hand as a grand gesture, but we'll swipe it up from the dust and then we'll move past him.
Okay. As you do, you enter into a narrow stone hallway. You see cells lining either side, and it's somewhat dark here, but there is just enough light by the guttering torches for you to see.
He's going to whistle as his friend's going to unlatch itself and then kind of right on top of his head and be looking the different ways that he's not. And then try and just really trying to find Tick in all of this.
Okay, you move down through and you can see these doors are solid. They're not bars, but each of them has an iron lock with a large sort of a skeleton keyhole. So the only thing you could think to do would be to listen for your friend's voice or to look through the keyhole.
Okay. He'll try and just take a deep breath and without breathing, just listen. Kind of put arms, fingertips to the ground with his friend now on his upper nape of the neck or upper spine, nape of the neck area to look out as he closes his eyes to try and listen.
Okay. Roll D20, please, and I'll do the same.
Oof. Ooh, okay. That's a straight 12.
You listen. It's difficult. There's still noise above, even though the crowd has grown mostly silent. You spend a few seconds and you cannot hear enough to discern anything.
That's it. Can he see any guards in the area in this passageway?
No. Clearly, this is, if you will, an infirmary of wounded gladiators waiting to be attended. No one thinks that this area needs to be guarded inside here beyond the opening entrance.
Tick! He'll be going through the corridor, just loudly whispering it.
Tick, what was your hit point status? I know you fell in the ground, in the soil.
0.
You're at 0. As you are calling for Tick's name, we're going to switch now, and we're going to go back to the arena. And in the arena, actually, Tick, you remain. And you have not yet been brought to this area, but unfortunately, Zephytok does not know this. And so as you lay in the sands of the arena, you, Kalak, stand over his body as the arena crowd chants and all eyes go to the Sorcerer King, that desiccated thumb out on his hand. The crowd waiting. You see Kalak. His wizened face turns and surveys the crowd, holds the thumb out, and he looks over. He makes contact with some clear nobility of Tyr that stand in a box beside him. He eyes for a moment. The quirk of a smile touches his lips, and he puts his thumb up. And the crowd groans in response. Kalak, you stand over the body of the fallen half-giant. You see this motion. What do you do?
What would Kalak do? Kalak's gonna walk over the body and kind of like tilt his head and kind of like look it up and down, and then
What you doing?
Kalak's gonna bite him on the neck.
was joking.
Chomp! And I'm gonna pump my paralytic poison into him. I'm not gonna do any damage, but I'm gonna take a good, Kalak is just like displaying his dominance, right? And he's gonna turn and he's gonna broadcast to Kalak, like his telepathy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I try. Like very much like as a child knocking gently on a window. If I'm able to like.
Okay, that's an unexpected development. As you do this, you reach out gently. And in this probing, sometimes for you, it's you've imagined the flight of small insects, the flies that move across the desert sands, tendrils of certain types of plants that reach out. As you have this vision, there is suddenly whoosh, a powerful wall that slams into your mind. You take 12 points of psychic damage as it thunders into your mind. There's searing light, and in your mind, you see what looks like some sort of a silt ravager coming up from the sand into your mind, its jaws sinking into your very consciousness, thundering you back. And how many hit points do you have?
Negative a lot.
Does he die?
Negative what?
Kill Kalak?
I think I took 8 damage, right? So
Yes.
Does Kalak kill
I'm at
Kalak?
-9.
You're at -9.
Yeah, like just like blood just like sprays out from the earth. Like the carapace around his eyes like crack.
You just tried
Right,
to you just tried to psionically touch the Sorcerer King of Tyr. I mean, that you got off light. So in Blue Box,
He's the dominant. He's the pack leader.
He's
I
the
want to talk to
dom.
him.
there goes that many.
That's a top.
All right, so you
cultural
don't.
faux pas, and he suffers from
So
it.
at Blue Box, for those that don't know, you don't die until -10 plus any con bonus that you have
Ow.
at first level. What is your con bonus? Do you have a con bonus?
I have tons of con.
No, like what is your con bonus?
Oh, sorry. +1.
+1. All right, so you die at -11. As this blast, teeth, white light thunders through your mind, you waver, and the last thing you hear is the crowd screaming with adulation and joy. And unfortunately, you are not conscious to see your bodies dragged off of the Athasian soil as both of these combatants are felled in this fight, and the crowd thoroughly enjoys it. Nida, Lucius, and Enala, as you see these figures jut up from the sand and stand around you, what do you do?
Yeah.
Not everybody at once, please.
Are we able to see them before we?
Yeah, but are you waiting to like see what this is before you react? I mean, like you're for the moment. This is obviously this is the initial instant as they burst from the sand. So, what is your initial reaction?
Lucius will jump back. He'll take he's only been with them for a couple days now, so he'll like jump back. He'll separate himself.
And Nala will grab Nida and just yank her back, and behind her.
Yep.
All right. As you do this, you have a moment to react. Whoops, sorry, wrong two. You're back with it. You have a moment to react as the figure stands and the other two come from behind. You see they are all human, 2 women and 1 man. They make no aggressive action towards you. And the man, all of them wear their sand coverings, but you can see through the area of his forehead and his eyes that are exposed. His skin is swarthy and dark, and they make no motion of aggression. The man stops and he gives a ritual greeting and bows slightly in your direction. You have brought healing. We have read you right, and the signs were true.
Nida's going to try and sidestep Anala just a little bit. She's not getting in front of Anala because she knows Anala's never going to let that happen. But is going to step forward and just take her 2 fingers and the same greeting that she makes with all of her Vita-san at these people.
All right. As you do this, what's everyone else doing?
Nala just kind of puts her arm out in front of Nida, just protectively, just keeping her like, no, you're not going past me. Stay there.
Lucius is probably about 5 feet back. He's wary. He's not moving at this point, but he's keeping an eye on these people.
The man who stands in front, his eyes scan you. He looks at the 2 women beside him. There's some sort of unspoken communication passes between them, and then he looks back at Nida, who just spoke. You are Utramadai, no?
The word is not familiar to me. You describe it, perhaps.
You are of the Silver Hand, it would seem. Or
Yes. I'm a Vita-san. That is the word that we use.
Vita-san. He looks down at the body, he looks at the tattoos. Ah, Galana, no?
Yes.
If you are Vita-san, then... He looks at Lucius, he looks at Anala, he sees the glint in Anala's eyes, and the way she is, and even, like, he kind of, as he looks at her milky white eye, he kind of draws back. Ah, then this your Vendari.
Nala bites her head.
She protects you well. You then.
Yeah, that she does.
He looks over at Lucius. You are Kogudai. Yes? You would know Kogudai, Lucius, is a Sky Singer, a word for Sky Singer.
Oh, dope. I love this guy.
Lucius just kind of runs back at him and gives a little nod.
Though we do not follow Galana, we do follow the words of the wind, and they have spoken to us. We are part of a group of friends. We look for those who help others. This is you, yes?
With that, Lucius, nothing changes, just stares at him.
It is in our creed to help. However we can.
You have the ability to bring Galana to heal. Can you do this again? This day?
Yes.
Then if Ral speaks to us with favor this day, if you will continue on your way, you will meet a man larger than a man, strange in his markings. And he will bring with him either dragging or walking, probably very injured, one of the Adato. You would know that Adato is half-giant in Elvish.
Yeah.
One of the Adato. If you would aid him, you would do our friends a service, and you will be our friends. You will know him if he carries the Vilasut. Anala, you know Vilasut means veiled moon.
Nida gives a long, almost bow, more a head nod, but borderline a bow towards him. Same gesture as before. The waters will always provide healing to those in need. We will find your friend.
He looks at Anala and Lucius. He obviously he's got a comfort with Nida, from the healing to the way she's communicating, the discussion of a creed. But he seems less concerned about Anala. He obviously understands there's a link between Anala and Nida, but he is very wary in his looks at Lucius, watching the standoffish nature of how Lucius has approached this, and he just sort of looks questioningly at your faces. Do you stand as one in this, or do I look for another?
Unlike myself, they're less trusting. Which, to be fair, probably will keep them alive longer than it will keep me alive. But they have their reasons to stand back.
Stand back if you will, but will you aid? He looks straight at Lucius. You are Kodugai with the sad eyes.
Lucius will continue to stare at him, kind of not quite staring him down, but I will assist.
Then I wish to you all well. Look for us where you see the Vilasut. You will see us again, I am sure. And until then, Bo kuit maer, Duk kuit maer. All of you speaking enough Elvish know this means, may the water be before you and the wind behind you. And they bow and just turn and start walking south toward Altaruk.
As they move away, I'm just going to lean down or lean up. I realize that Anala's still taller than me, even if she's crouching. I think we need to work on my Elvish a little bit. I'm a little rusty. And also, I told you so.
With as soon as you say that, Anala just kind of looks down at you and just raises an eyebrow, like, next time you do
it. It all worked out fine. No lessons have been learned. Everything is wonderful.
No lessons.
Sounds like we have some people to help.
With that, Lucius kind of grumbles as he starts to continue to walk. He kind of grumbles, next time I'm leaving you to die. And just kind of...
They did not die. See? Not a scratch. Lots of burns, but that is the sun. You cannot save me from the sun.
We'll just gently push you to move you forward to get you to go up after. There's just go.
All right. Let's go.
And with that, you begin moving again as you see Ral begin to ebb beneath the horizon. For our final scene, we come back to Zephatok. Zephatok,
Leave me alone.
You stand inside this hallway, waiting, hoping to find some sign of your friend. You have seen no sign yet of Tick as you listen at each door, as you call out in hope of finding your friend. And then you can hear the crowd gets loud again. As you're waiting in the silence, the sound of your own heartbeat audible, the breathing in your own ears, you hear groans coming from the sides, but you don't know who's who, and you can hear footsteps outside. Someone's getting closer.
Is there anywhere to hide?
As you look, no, there is door after door. There's the door behind you that you came through about 30 yards back, and there's a hallway ahead of you that looks like it tees off in two different directions.
And that's where the footsteps are coming from?
Yes.
He looks... Oh, John. He looks over to the closest door, and he'll whistle for his friend to unlatch or to go from the top of his head onto the wall or up in a corner where he can hide.
Okay.
And then he's going to move to the closest door and melt the lock.
All right. As you do this, you hear the footsteps getting closer, and your rust locust begins to work on the lock of this door. But you know this process. You're doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing
going
okay.
up and just hand from top to bottom.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Just that orange dust covers it.
All right. And so at this, you're an erosion druid. Which is something very dangerous to be caught being in this area. And as you lay your hand upon it, go ahead and read the description for me of the skill. I want to make sure I use this quick, because this is the first erosion druid I've ever run.
Yeah,
and in the chat, hashtag #BlueBoxRPG. We're going to draw our final 2 names, I believe we have. We're going to do a Tailspire giveaway, and we're going to give away this box set all in the next few minutes before Becca gets mad at me. 3. All right, there we go. Yes.
It technically says metal armor or weapon.
Okay.
But
that would work. Yep.
Okay. I make a melee touch attack against a creature wearing metal armor. Blah, blah, blah. If you hit, choose the item or metal shield carried or worn by that creature. The object takes an amount of hit point damage equal to 1d6 plus half my druid level, 1 at the
Okay,
lowest.
all right. So you place your hand upon it. You call upon the druidic connection that you have with the earth elements. As you feel your hand touching each of the pieces of this iron lock, you feel your hand kind of merging into it. You see rust-colored dust start to come up from your hand. Roll a d6 and tell me how much that damage is. If you have any plus ones, you might want to use them here.
Yeah, can I use them?
Yes, you can.
Damage?
You can add them to damage. Yes, you can.
Oh, okay. How many do I have? Yeah, I'm going to use 7. I'm going to use all of the ones I have.
Okay.
And that's a 5 on the die, so that's 12.
Nice.
Okay. As you touch your hand to the lock, you feel it moving beneath your hand. There is a flash of this iron-colored rust, and you hear a clatter, clatter, clink. As the lock drops to the ground, you push your way through the door quickly. And as you look, you see you have entered a room, and on the table in front of you is... We'll find out next week. And that will end session 1 of the Sea of Dark Sun here on Blue Box. I want to thank all of you guys so much. Bravo, bravo. You guys were awesome. We will get you in short order together next week so that we don't have people sitting alone by themselves for long. So I know I warned you guys this would happen tonight.
I loved it.
But you guys were absolutely incredible. Thank you to the Mad Chatters. You guys were off the hook tonight. We had 2 huge hype trains, and the chat was on fire. Thank you for all the content creators. Thank you for all the people that joined us from the Dark Sun community. Thank you, June Soldier.
Yeah.
Thank you, Old School. Thank you, Shamio. Thank you, Librarian. I didn't know the new names I've not recognized here. Zombie Mitch, man, you won the original Greyhawk box set from Greyhawk Session 1 3 years ago, Zombie. Good to see you in here tonight as well. Chad, Greg, Quafi, thank you. I'm glad you thought it was amazing. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to draw 3 names here real quick, and we're going to give away this box set, and then we're also going to draw one for Tailspire. So, as I do this, we have a tradition here on Blue Box. You're going to get to vote for Stream MVP tonight. At this level, your stream MVP vote will give one of these players 100 experience points. So we're going to kick off the poll once all of them have said why they should be stream MVP, and you will be able to vote for them, and then they are going to roll for you with those 7 dice rolls that we're going to have for the giveaway box. So we're going to go around. I'm going to draw these 3, and then each of you are going to tell us why you should be stream MVP. I'm going to go from left to right on our screen. So we're going to start with you tonight, Tick. Why should Tick be stream MVP?
Well, Tick should definitely be stream MVP because I broke my character cast. I went 11 feet instead of 3 feet because his hands are massive, and I forgot to add 9 hit points because of my strength to the initial hit. It would have been 17 points of damage in my original hit. Tick is big. He is bulky. He's a fighter, and he went straight in for the attack.
Thank you. QWF, thank you. And yeah, don't type hashtag Tick. Type hashtag BlueBoxRPG. You're going to be able to vote for Tick if you want to in a moment when the stream MVP goes up at once all of them have gone. The next one, Pat66 is name number 5. Type hashtag BlueBoxRPG. We're going to draw 2 more names to enter in that giveaway. Why should you be stream MVP, Nida?
Nida proved that you can find nice people in the desert. Even if nobody else wants you to do the thing, you stick to your guns and you do the thing, and everything always turns out fine.
Always.
No lessons were learned today. She will continue being her nice, pleasant self, despite everybody thinking that she's crazy. Every time that she does something like this, she's going to give Anala a heart attack.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now why should Anala be stream MVP tonight? By the way, everyone, Manda's been on a couple of shows for us, but this is the first time she has ever role-played a character on Twitch. Manda, for those of you that know her, mystical unicorn painting, super creative, super talented, loved by everyone, so kind, also has had a level of anxiety with being on camera, and has never wanted to be on camera or certainly not on a Twitch stream. For you to be on with one of the biggest nights we've ever had in Blue Box, we stayed well over 100 viewers the entire night tonight. Thank you, Mad Chatters. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, new followers. You did a great job tonight, Manda. But tell us why Anala should be stream MVP. I'm going to roll. The next roll is not for the box set. I'm going to roll for the Tailspire code. As she gets ready, I'm going to roll for the Tailspire code. That means we'll still have 2 more names to draw for the box set. The second winner of the Tailspire code is Thomas Celtic Borg. Thomas, let us know if you're in the chat, and we'll send you that code. That's our second Tailspire giveaway. You are still eligible for the Dark Sun box set that we'll do in a moment. Celtic Borg, let us know if you're in the chat. And Nala, why should you be stream MVP? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Let me turn down the music, and if you could speak up a little.
Nala should be or not letting Nida just run straight into what was obviously a trap.
Very true. Very true. All right. And we're going to roll one more time for Thomas already has Tailspire, Celtic Boar. So thank you for letting us know that. You don't need that license. And August Larry Kingra, our friend from Iceland. You have won a Tailspire code, my friend. And we're going to have one more for the box. Okay, I didn't realize that I was already ahead of myself there. Why should Kalak be stream MVP?
Kalak should be stream MVP for a long series of random miscalculations and RP events, winning in the gladiatorial arena, and asserting dominance like you do with his epic Chachka. And then I tried to psionically connect with the Sorcerer King.
Yay!
Let's see if
Hopefully for you, lessons were learned.
Yeah, now he knows. Now he knows that that's not a thing that you should do.
Don't do it again.
So
Yeah, reaching out
that's collab.
psionically toward the Sorcerer King. Honestly, if I was playing this, you should have just had your brains plastered against the wall. But I didn't. So if you're new to our game, I don't track my players' hit points on purpose. I don't want that to influence my game. So this is a dangerous game that we play here, and anyone that's what we've had. I don't rejoice in this. Player deaths occur on Blue Box, and in some cases, the last book actually ended in a virtual TPK, except for the one guy who ran away. But if the players are smart, and their characters are played smartly, they typically will not be in those situations. But it is very possible, and it's sad for me because I do all the effort and the backstories and the artwork but it happens. Well done tonight, Kalak. Why should Zephytalk be Stream MVP?
He shouldn't. Thank you. He's just working with who he assumes is the Veiled Alliance to try and get to Tick, which also, just to clarify, Zephytalk said he had one friend. And that was not him talking about Tick.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
That was him talking about his friend.
Yes.
His little friend.
His little friend. But he does care about the health and the survival of Tick, just so that's clear. But yeah, no, he busting his butt to try and get through the city, especially his seriousness once he knew that he was already fighting, and he was like, oh crap, okay. And trying to get through, paying the money. Thankfully, he got through with 9 instead of 10, getting to it, burning through a lock with his bare freaking hands, and then little buddy, who's the freaking best.
That was pretty cool. All right, and then last but not least, why should Lucius be Stream MVP? And as she's saying this, I'm going to roll for our final entrant into the box set giveaway. Then we're going to roll dice, and then we're going to be done. Go ahead, Lucius. Why should you be Stream MVP?
Well, first of all, Lucius alluded to some of his backstory already. So you're kind of getting to know the character a little bit. You're learning his history, which is super exciting because I'm super excited for all of y'all to be able to see. It's just intense, and I hope you guys love it when we finally get to it. But it's starting to unfold. I'm trying to pull back the layers of the onion. With that, also, he performed. Like he did. He's a bard, and he had a bardic song. We brought that out tonight. First episode, first song, right? So that was pretty cool. Also, his kind of stultery, leave them to die. They're not worth our time. Keep it going. Like attitude. I don't know if that's a character for me with some of my past characters, but it's definitely something that you'll see going forward. So that is why Lucius should be Stream MVP.
Got it. Okay, so we're going to put that poll up. Because there's only 5 slots that can be available in Stream MVP and there's 6 players, I'm going to roll a d6. One of you will be, the only way to be voted for will be to do a hashtag with your name in the chat. Everyone else can be voted for. So the d6 will be...
I'll just step out. I'm good. I don't want it.
No, you can't do that. Kalak, number 4. So if you want Kalak to be Stream MVP, you need to type hashtag Kalak. We'll count how many names up. And also, it sounds like August was not in the, Larry Kingra was not in the thing. We'll have to do the Tailspire one again, correct?
Natasha is, though. Larry had to go
okay. If Natasha's in, that's his wife. That's no problem. So we'll do that. So we've got the tail. So we have one more for the box set. I'm going to roll that. Your Stream MVP is up in the upper right-hand corner. Reminder, the player who wins this gets, it's not up yet. When it's up, the player who wins this will get 100 experience points, and we'll be back next Tuesday. Oh, I almost forgot. One more mind-blowing announcement. You thought this was enough. You thought a box set of Dark Sun was good enough. It is awesome, but we have more awesome. 5 weeks from tonight, on May 30th, in the 5th session of this campaign, our good friend Richard Baker has given us a boxed set, original. This was shrink wrapped in his basement, brand frickin' new, never sold. He only unshrink wrapped it to sign it. This is Dragon's Crown, an iconic box set that is signed by the author of Richard Baker himself. Look at those books. They are almost about to drop it. They have never come out of this. This thing was freaking shrink wrapped. We're going to give that away on May 30th. Now, to enter into this one, we're going to use a system called Gleam. And you're going to see we're going to draw people every Tuesday between now and the 30th. And on that night, the 30th, we're going to give away this signed, I mean, this is the coolest thing we've ever done. It is, honestly, I don't want to give, when I got it from Richard, I did not want to give it away. So we'll be doing that on the 30th, and keep following the channel, keep watching our Instagram, our Discord, and tuning into these streams. You'll have your name put into it. You'll be able to also participate by sharing our stuff on Instagram and Twitter. We'll post all the information on it. Okay, the poll is up. Vote for your stream MVP, and
So
the
far,
last
clock is at 12. And then Nala's at 13.
the last person. Yeah, go ahead.
No, John, we need another one after this name.
Oh, we need two more. I did. Okay, all right. Thought so. All right, so next is Baldrox. Are you still in? He was in all night today, but I know it's late his time. He actually created these cool terrain pieces. I'll be so upset for Baldrox if he's not in.
Wait, is this what is this drawing for? Is this for the box set?
This is for the box set.
He's totally here. There he is. And he voted for me.
Oh, wait,
He is here. Oh, good. Oh, it's early for you. All right, Baldrox, you are in there. So you have a chance, my friend. So when you look at the, like, for example, this last scene that you saw here, these dunes go on and on. You don't know how hard this stuff is to make in Tailspire. Tailspire is not designed for these really cool kind of undulating, this entire board procedurally generated. It is massive. This is Baldrox that does this stuff for us, and we're super thankful. And then as you're voting, there's still a few seconds left. Nida and Anala, and then if you're typing hashtag Kalak in the chat, I see that. If somebody can help me count the Kalaks, maybe Fraley could do that, or Kurt could do that. The last person in the box set giveaway is Mammoth. Mammoth, been following since January. Are you still in the chat, Mammoth?
Undulating,
a word you not hear as often as you should. Thank you, Tim. Mammoth, we'll give you just another few seconds. Hopefully you're in there. If not, we're going to roll another one. Still time to vote.
And Nala's going to take it.
I think it is.
Kalak's at 14 currently.
If Kalak's at 14, Knight is at 11, Anala's at 18.
Wait, Zephatok's going to win. No, Lucius is going to win this.
And it is. Anala is the winner. Mammoth is not in. So we're gonna have to roll again. As I roll again here for this box set. Very sorry, it's 3M over there. I understand. Soontide, a brand new follower. Soontide, I hope you're in tonight. You're a brand new follower. Joined us tonight. Soontide, are you in the chat?
Also, John, due to Amanda's incredible cosplay, I think it should be 1,000 XP for this.
We're gonna have Soontide. Oh gosh, I hate it when people aren't here for something like this. I hope he's in. We'll have to re-roll again. It looks like. By the way, if you're watching tonight and you haven't given us a follow, or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, or if you're a sub and your sub has expired, sir, what are you thinking? We have one question for you here tonight at Blue Box. What are you doing? Give us a follow. Give us a sub. I'm gonna roll again because Soontide unfortunately is not here with us. Ishin Loki is usually on. Ishin Loki, are you still on? While we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and start rolling. We're going to start with you. Amanda, tell us who Rory has. Or Rory, you tell us who you have and make your roll, sir.
I don't know who I have.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know freaking.
Ishin Loki's here.
Yeah, it's okay. I got you.
Yeah, Amanda's got it.
Thank you, Amanda. See, Amanda should get 1,000 for also doing that.
Who do I have, Amanda?
Storycaster.
Storycast.
Okay, you got Joffrey.
Subscriber. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, Ishin Loki's here.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
13. 13.
All right, we got a 13. All right, next we go to Nida. Who does Nida have?
Brungal.
Brungal, he's still in. I see him in the chat. All right, go ahead and make your roll, Nida.
Amanda, you're the best.
Amanda is the best.
One. Sorry, bud.
Oh, why are you so? Now he's a sub. He gets 2 dice, so you roll again. He's a sub. Subs get 2.
Freaking ace.
12.
12. All right, still not good enough. All right, next. Anala, who do you have?
Oh
Sorry,
gosh,
bud.
this is the one of our new QW I can't see with this blind contact, but
Quilfy, yes, yeah, he's been in all night, super active. So go ahead and roll. I believe he was gifted a sub, so you roll 2 dice for him.
QW Fate.
QW Fate, that's it.
I got a 19.
Oh, QW Fate, brand new follower. You have a 19. You are in good standing, my friend, for this box set. That is crazy. All right, let's go to Kalak, who finished really close second. Naida was third, and Nala won the MVP. Kalak, who are you rolling for?
City Guard.
City Guard of Hebron. City Guard.
I got you.
Yeah, he had to leave just a moment ago, but we'll count him. He was in all night tonight, and he had a late night, so he just left.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
19.
Oh, we have a tie. Okay, we'll have to have a roll-off between those two. Let's go to Zephatok. Who's he rolling for?
Pat 66.
Pat, you've got
gosh,
Pat.
Pat, I'm always rolling for you, and I always fail. I am so sorry. That is a 9 and a 2.
Okay. All right,
You
and
did
then
worse than me.
let's go to Lucius.
Baladrex.
You got Baldrax, our
Baldrax,
tremendous
all right.
terrain generating
Lucius,
friend.
Use some peckies.
Two dice.
Is he a sub?
Yes.
I think he's
Okay,
a
first
dom.
one's a 17.
Ooh, that's close. Not close enough.
And an 11.
I appreciated that.
Was an 11. I hate you so much.
Ah! Okay. All right. Well, so I did let it go to this point, but I'm thinking about this. I have a rule. I shouldn't mess. Is City Guard of Hebron still in the chat? I always say you have to be. I can't break a rule like this for a box set like that. That would be really bad because I always say you must be present to win.
John.
As much as I want to, if City Guard's not in.
You heard it here first.
It's gonna have to
John
go.
hates City Guards.
Oh no, I love Hebron. Has been a long time follower.
They said they had to.
He looks to be here. Is he here? City Guard, are you here? Are you here? We'll give him another.
He might be doing the good
10,
the good lurker.
9, 8.
All right.
7,
I'll tell you what I'll do.
6.
Here's what I'll do because
Make your roll.
I hate that. Oh yes, my roll is for who? Sorry.
Ishin Loki.
Okay, Loki. All right, I got 2 d20s.
He'll just roll
an
an at 20.
Yeah, maybe I'll settle it. That is a 4 and an 11. No, I did not settle it.
Okay.
All right, so here's what we'll do. I cannot let him potentially win the box set when he's not present. That's against our rules. What I will do, I will give him one extra. I'll add an extra entrant. He'll be automatically entered into the Richard Baker box set on May 30th. So we're gonna raise that to 8, and I'll give City Guard a chance at that. I don't feel right about letting him win this box tonight if John should outroll Rory. QW Fate, congratulations, sir. You have won the Dark Sun box set. How crazy.
Sick.
Brand new follower tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. Get in our Discord. Give us your mailing info. Don't forget to give us your mailing info. If you don't go in Discord and don't give us your mailing info, I cannot send you the box set of Dark Sun. For all of you that joined us tonight, my deepest and most humble thanks. For all of you that supported us with your bits and subs, my deepest and humblest and most grateful thanks. Join us tomorrow night for a Beholder discussion if you can, and then be back Sunday for Tears of Air at 1 o'clock, and then we're right back at 5 o'clock next week for Session 2 of Sea of Dark Sun, as we see if Zephatok is able to get away from the guards that come inside the Arena of Tyr, and what happens to this group that waits outside with this strange greeting that they've received, and then Tick, who narrowly escaped with the thumbs up coming from the Sorcerer King Kalak. What happens to our own Kalak, who was crushed psychically by said man? And with that, no raid tonight. Blue Box signing out.